Hey everyone, welcome to ZSR. Today we have a very exciting match. This is the OOT Randomizer Battle Royale Season 2 tournament, the Week 3 race. Very exciting. Here to tell you all about that. We have Out of This World Burrito, we got Chimp. Take it away.
Thanks, Baseball. Welcome to week 3, Elimination Week. We had a restream break for week 2, but every week from now on should be restreamed, and people will start getting eliminated based on their total scores. How are you doing, Brio?
I'm doing great. I'm feeling really excited today, champ. Battle Royale's fast and furious. The week 1, we almost had everybody on the restream eliminated by an hour in, and it didn't last longer than an hour and 10. So I'm looking for a lot of action today, and it's looking like we're going to have a child start. And with those random spawns, it's going to get scary. But why don't you explain why week 3 elim is so special?
Yeah, so the first 2 weeks were just about gathering points into the first week of elimination, which is week 3. So the points you've accumulated since the start of week 1 and week 2 will now be combined, and if the lowest points total from the end of this week, so after this race, will be eliminated, and then next week same sort of deal. Lowest points total will go out, as well as the lowest race score. So we'll be sort of rotating the eliminations week by week until we get to week 8. And we've started almost vanilla.
Yeah, honestly, this is a very kind spawn because you spoke to this in the week 1 restream, but these random spawns can get very dangerous. Starting in Sacred Forest meta Warp Pad is probably one of the scariest places to start in this race format.
Yeah, there are a few nightmare locations, but this one's pretty good. It's as close to vanilla as you could want. You immediately get the Ocarina of Time, so that's nice. Unfortunately,
Yeah, and you take you steal all of Mido's money going out with 2 hues and a big blue.
nothing super useful, but still, still a fairly safe start. No immediate panic unless anyone's going to get hit by the boulder in the sword maze. That shop pretty weak as well. Kokiri Forest not really paying out.
No. Oh yeah, shop sanity is on in these settings, so shops are going to be pretty exciting to walk into for the first time. But Kokiri Forest is a sneezer so far, and it looks like Durax is already going back to the Deku Tree. Going to grab some hints here, and it looks like everyone's taking a pretty similar route.
Yeah, open Deku, so you definitely want to check out what this dungeon is. Could be good, could be awful, and you'll never come back. But yeah, hints pretty good early. They're not as effective in Battle Royale generally, but it's still good to know sort of like some of the more nasty hints can really pay out for your early routing. Especially when you only really want to spend like an hour to an hour and a half doing the rando, and then you kind of just want to be doing point stuff. So the faster you can get information, the better, really.
Yeah, it looks like those hints didn't reveal us anything special, but we know we don't have to worry about claim check now, at least.
Yeah, bigger on dead. I think it was Frogs 2 was dead as well, so 2 of the more nasty checks are gone, which is nice. And it's Fire Temple, so getting the hell out of there.
This start so far is a slow one. That's a pretty nasty dungeon in this format, since it's one hit KO, and if you don't have that tunic, don't even bother going in, basically.
Yeah, Fire as child is basically horrendous. Like, you can jump over to the chest near Valvaggio if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it. Because that's all you can do. You definitely don't want to be going any deeper, and it's probably something you'll just want to do as adult anyway. But we do start with Requiem this seed, as we see Cola playing that now, and that does lead to a second dungeon straight away. So even though Kokiri Forest was a bit weak, we do immediately have a second bite of the cherry here, so if we get a nicer dungeon immediately, and an extra song, which will be nice. So we see Ink and Durax not choosing to play Requiem straight away, and it's DC, which is a good dungeon, but no bombs, so not something we can do anything with right now.
We do pull Bolero, though, so that's going to be so nice for some quick checks and peeks in later. We still want to be aware of the fire timer, though, so going there as child's probably not going to help us right now, but good for when we go adult.
Yeah, see, now, with Dungeon Entrance Rando, early Bolero can be very useful, because you can get into that that dungeon as child, and it could be a child dungeon. So we'll see if anyone chooses to go check it. The Plopper has dipped fire. Just for that early check near Evolve, like we mentioned earlier, it is only a small key. Can't imagine them going into the lava pit room after this, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, it looks like they went out of the way to get those heart container upgrades for the timer increase. So that gave them a little bit less of a risky play compared to the other three who have just been completely skipping those heart containers.
Yeah, something I personally do, but I know not everyone does, is just, if you do see a heart container or you do see a heart chest, you don't know when you're going to find your tunics. You don't know if you're going to find your tunics, quite frankly. So I do tend to get those early just to extend my heat timers if I do end up finding myself in Crater or needing to go to an early water temple for whatever reason. So can be very useful.
Mm-hmm. And we have Cole going into market first out of our runners, so we're going to see some more shops here. And it looks like we're learning Zelda's lullaby there from Malin.
Yeah, see you on the ranch. Pretty good to get early. It means you can go Dampe. You can go to Graveyard and do sort of like Dampe and the Royal Tomb as child if you want to. Not quite as beneficial in Battle Royale because you can't do flame storage in the tomb. Because if you try it, you'll die. So you're not as advantageous as like general main standard things.
But there are bonus opportunities to get points, and one of them involves that tomb. So, it could squeeze in a few points on your way there. It looks like strength is in the potion shop for market as we talk about that.
Yeah, I think that was about 130 rupees or something like that, so it does look like a wallet-locked strength there.
Mm-hmm. Plop found bottom of the well in Fire Temple and is going to start peeking around.
Yeah, nice. That's a good find early. Like I say, if it is an early child dungeon. Oh, and an early bomb bag as well from that bottom of the well dip. So that is really good from the Plopper there. I don't think many people are going to choose to go there as anywhere near as quickly. So he will have a good advantage with those bombs. As Ink found the wallet in Lon Lon Ranch, and Durax also finding that. So they can go and get that strength in market.
Yeah, and it looks like Cole is going to be the first to adult here after reading those stone hints, which looks like Domain is foolish today. And we also have Burning Cack is holding Minuet for us, so I don't foresee us getting Minuet really this seed. We're going to get into...
Yeah, it's unlikely. It's very rare you get a good dungeon layout for the sort of Nocturne or even the Ocarina of Time dungeons. But we might be blessed with some free, maybe a Deku DC water fire med, in which case it's not too bad to get. But we shall see. Plopper going for the first points in the well here is opening all of the torches. You can also kill the Gibdos for extra points. And there's 2 Gibdos in this room.
Just don't get troubled by the keys.
Yeah, gotta be careful here. Cola also going into the Fire Temple entrance, but unfortunately is bottom of the well, so can't do anything there as they are adult. Now, Plopper needs to be careful here. Realise that they didn't check that last coffin, so just want to see if it's a decent item before opening that and then running away, doing loops around the room as to not get hit. Seems to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
One of these coffins is empty, and typically you want to leave that one to last, but no, the Plopper doing a bit of an awkward route round this room. Don't think they quite realised that was the empty one, so... But they've lit all the torches, so even if they die and get hit here, they've got the points. So, a few 3 points in the bag there.
I'm sure the worst feeling is almost getting points, but then dying right before getting them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think pretty much every death is due to trying to get points, essentially. And it's not so bad. Like, if you're going for a big gamble and a big risk, it's like, oh, I'm going to try and do this thing, and it might get me 5 or 8 points. If I die, then, yeah, it sucks, but, I was going for some big points. Dying to, 1 point is devastating. Like, if you get hit by Lizalfos, it's like, oh man, this is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, I know that, there's Slingshot for Plop in the well. Wow, well is paying out.
Yeah, very nice.
But I know restream nerves are real for a lot of people. So, but being on restream for one hit KO, I feel is even more stressful because some people just go, "Wow, really? You died to that?" Because, but we
Yeah,
did also find hover boots in slingshot minigame.
Yeah, nice, nice pickup for sure. And again, I don't think Cola found those. Cola was pretty desperate to just go adult, so did skip most of child market.
Yeah, definitely taking more aggressive play.
Yeah, I think the forest med start kind of means like, oh, let's just go get that song as fast as we can. Because if it is a song that helps your child routing, you don't really want to miss it. But only prelude, which is useful, but not really something that's going to help child routing all that much. Now, the Plopper going for some more points here, just getting all of the silver rupees in the basement section of the well. This can be a little tricky. There's a little bit of platforming here, but as long as you jump off the end there, you're normally fine. But if you try and walk off the end, you will accidentally sort of dip your toe in that little... I'm going to say poison. I don't really know what liquid that is.
Sewage.
You will die. Oh, sewage. Yeah, I guess it could be sewage.
It's under CAC.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, no.
But while you're talking about that, Ink is the only one who actually waited out time of day at Hyrule Castle and is doing night market right now. So we're going to see one more shop. We're going to see if Richard's mom has anything for us today.
Yeah, I've not been reading what Ink's hints are, and there's some iron boots for Ink as well. So plenty of shoes in market today, but there is, I believe they would have seen a market to Baronade. I think there was a hint that they might have got already, and there's a boomerang as well, along with a Hylian shield in the Chew shop. So yeah, market is paying out for sure. Ooh,
yeah, interestingly, Ink didn't buy it, even though it was 55. Or we don't have a shop traps aren't a thing, right?
No, there's no ice traps. To be honest, they might want the shield before the rang. If they're not actually going to stay child here, there's no point buying it right now. If the shield is going to be a better purchase, so if they're going adult right now, just get the shield, and then you can come back and get the rang when you change age.
Yeah, they're definitely farming rupees here.
Yeah, Plopper having a duel with a P-Hat there. P-Hats were more lucrative last season, but they've been a little toned down. But still some fairly free points. Durax going for a Skull Kid kill here as well, which again have been a little bit toned down, but just getting points on the board a little early. Seeing that score lift from 0 is always nice.
Yeah, and you fill up your wallet at the same time. And then, yeah, Ink gets that shield, and then Cole is doing Damp Race, which will get points as well as maybe some items.
Yeah, a couple of points here on Damping as Plopper takes on the third P-Hat. Also has a slingshot, so can essentially do them all if they choose to, but time of day is probably going to prevent that a little. Does need to be a little careful, but seems to be going well so far. Forest Path to Morpher is a pretty disgusting hint, all being told, considering you have the iron boots. So you know that long shot is pretty much guaranteed to be in forest. Unless water is in a weird location. Could be like Dins or something. And yeah, there's that market to Baronade hint on La Plopper's side, so that boomerang is pretty self-evident for what that's pointing to.
Durax going even for more points here, doing Sacred Forest Meadow, just sword and shield, but no shield's a sword.
Yeah, Durax does these like side hops when doing this, and it makes me nervous so much. Like, I know that they're safe, and I know that they've practiced this, but Moblins have a really big hit rate.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They are not shy to eliminate players in Battle Royale, let me tell you. So
Plop pulled the ice arrows, which in these settings do they work as blue fire arrows?
No, they're just ice arrows. I did consider changing them to blue fire arrows, but it would make ice a bit too trivial, so wanted to keep that as a fairly difficult place to go. Not have the points be too free for just getting through them. But ice arrows are still very useful for spike traps. There are a good amount of goals to do with rooms with spike traps in them, so it can be beneficial to just give them a freeze. As Durax did make it through the maze without an issue, so do get 5 points there. Massive divergence, it must be said. I think Durax and Ink were somewhat pathed together, but since then, everyone is on an entirely separate route here, which makes it very interesting, but a little difficult to keep up with, as we see that Sun Song and Eye Drops are in Ice Cavern, and the Skull Mask is dead on Cola's screen, as they are now back child, and will be doing some market stuff.
Yeah, I think this route divergence shows up a lot more in these settings just because of the risks and comfort levels people have doing certain things. So obviously Plop's feeling very good about going out and killing P-Hats, not worried about these stall children or anything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Durax is also comfortable with doing, Sacred Forest Meadow Maze that way. I think all 4 of these runners are pretty comfortable with most of these points, but I'm sure that's not the case for everybody this season.
Yeah, for sure. Ink picking up some bomb chews on the volcano there. They obviously don't know that a bomb bag is available, but early chews, very, very healthy to get. No one will be complaining at that. And again, this adult spawn is pretty rough, Kokiri Forest as adult is a surprisingly deadly place. So it's not really somewhere you want to spawn as adult. And yeah, just getting the hell out of there is unfortunately going to find out the same as Cola, in that this dungeon is bottom of the well, and maybe they should have checked it as child.
It's a tough call to make, because I see the appeal of going there as adult, because you just go there and then you get your song, and they're like, all right, let's see what it is. And, there's only a few dungeons you're going to get locked out of as adult, and happens to be one of them.
Yeah, it really depends how you route your child one. If you go adult quick, I totally get it, but you can pretty much convince yourself to elongate your child one here. You can, especially if you find bombs early, it's like, right, I'll go get some beans and I can go plant them on, Death Mountain Crater, and start building up some of those long-winded goals, but some of the safer points, and really taking advantage of, not needing to double dip in the future. But either way, I don't think any of them are going to be burnt for too long. Again, the bomb chews on the volcano is the big thing, and other than the slingshot in the well, we didn't really see anything else, so no one's missing out too majorly there.
No, and to your point, it looks like Plop is taking that strategy, still having knock on adult once, and they're just like, he's just like, hey, I'm just going to clear out Hyrule Field of points, what I can get. Let's go over to Gerudo Valley and start doing this stuff as child.
I believe we have seen Greg. I think Greg was on Man on Roof. But Nehru's Nehru's is not in these settings, unfortunately. Part of the plan, though, removes Nehru's from the pool, so you won't be seeing that.
Just too powerful. We did see blue arrows, ice arrows. We do have those, but yeah, no agony yet. So we're still looking for at least the stone.
Okay, a little chicken ride here with the Plopper. You don't want to drop too early and take damage, so everything you do needs to be a little bit more calculated than normal.
I think the scariest part about this area is definitely the Octoroks when they're present. Absolutely.
Not sure if what we saw on this. Oh, a Deku Shield.
That's very convenient for Plop.
Yeah. Don't think I've seen anyone buy one yet, but I'm not. There might have been one in Kakariko. Yeah, Cola's got one, so I think there was one in adult Kakariko. But having one as child can really change what you choose to do before adult. So it's a good find, even though it's not
especially that stone on the way out. Gerudo Valley's foolish while you're in it, so I guess Plop will not have to worry about coming back here as adult.
Indeed, as we see that 30 skulls is hinted as double defense, so I don't think many people will be getting that one.
There are points for collecting Skulltulas, though.
Yeah, there's points for collecting skulls. Well, to clarify, there's points for collecting all the skulls in certain dungeons, and there is a bigger goal of collecting 50 skulls, which Ink and Cola in particular choose to chase quite hard. But saying that, Ink still has a fairy in their bottle. Normally, their style of play, you'll see them drop that fairy quite quickly and replace it with bugs. But hasn't chose to do that so far. We'll see if they do that on their next Return to Child.
Yeah, one thing I will definitely say about Battle Royale and watching to your point earlier, just route divergence. Everyone's doing something different. There's a lot of information at once, and you could also see this like change in just general play styles. Everyone being a little bit more careful, using extra strategies when in certain areas, and then oh, there's light arrows. So
well,
Death Mountain Trail has a light arrows.
That's good. You do not want light arrows to be deep in these seeds, so it's great to find early.
Oh my goodness.
Just to answer chat there, yeah. So there's no win con as such for Battle Royale. It's just essentially getting the most points. Beating Ganon is a win condition, and it will, like, if you do choose to beat Ganon, you have to stop. You lock your points in at that point. But you don't have to beat Ganon. It's just either surviving 2.5 hours and getting the most points in that time, or beating Ganon within 2.5 hours to sort of get some extra points that Ganon does give you. So yeah, there's no victory condition as such. The person that beats Ganon might not necessarily be the person that wins, because if they get less points than someone that didn't, then they don't win the race.
No, absolutely. While there are places to avoid because you don't want to die, there are also incentives to go to dangerous places. Like, obviously, Forest Temple gets very dangerous because of the Stalfos, which you get points for beating Stalfos. So you can beat Stalfos. Kola finally found Kokiri's sword in a scrub in Lost Woods. And then plot might be on the god route here. Pulled Silver Scale out of Hylia scrub. just keeps rolling with this child route.
It's a pretty good child route for sure. Oh, Ink had to be a little careful there. Really,
for dead hand points.
Yeah, dead hand is fine, but if you jump on one of those hands and his spawn point is quite close, you can get hit by that little mud wall that spawns. So got a little lucky there, I think. There's no points for killing dead hand specifically, but killing both dead hands does get points. So child and adult.
Mm-hmm. And Ink does have. He went and picked. Yeah, he was one of the ones who had picked up Lullaby already, so he could go do Dead Hand on his well visit.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he didn't. No, the timer doesn't factor into the points. You just have a hard limit of 2.5 hours to do as much as you can. If you do survive 2.5 hours without taking even one hit or using your fairy, you'll get extra points. But that's the only real timed incentive.
So on that topic, how does someone break a tiebreaker, Chimp?
So it somewhat depends. The way that eliminations work is that for week 3 specifically, your cumulative total is the most important thing. The player with the lowest cumulative total will be eliminated. If there are two players on the same cumulative score, I'm going to get sick of that word. Then it'll be the person with the best round score at that stage will survive, and the worst round score will go out. If it's if it comes down to being eliminated based on the week score, which will be next week, week 4 will have 2 eliminations, then it is the person that got to their points the fastest. So if you get 20 points, someone else gets 20 points, but you got yours 5 seconds faster than they did, then you survive and they don't.
There we go. So far, I don't think that's going to come into play given the point distribution we've seen so far, but it can. So it's good to have that ready for that potentiality.
Yeah, I'd be amazed if we get any ties with cumulative scores, but I can see a potential weak score. It's not uncommon for there to be a couple of early deaths at around the same point scores. We've seen a couple of 8s already. But as players progress throughout the weeks, their confidence levels will build, the mistakes will drop, and we should see less low scores anyway.
Mm-hmm. One of the pieces of advice I know you've given for this format is honestly just play the seed generally how you would play a randomizer. Just go with the confidence, because a lot of strategies you use for randomizer, you're avoiding damage anyways. So just be confident in your execution and follow through with it. If you start hesitating, that's when you make mistakes.
Oh, 100%. There's a few rooms where you do take damage into consideration. You know, you can't use certain cheese strats that you would in normal runs. But yeah, as you say, no one plays Rando with the intent to get hit, regardless of settings. It's only when you think about getting hit that you do start to panic, and you sort of question, it's like, oh no, if I do this, am I going to get damaged? You know that you've done it 90, 100 times over, and you've never got hit, and it's just like, it's just that doubt that starts to creep in, and if you can avoid that, and I'm not saying it's easy, hell, I didn't avoid that this seed, I will be transparent, but if you can avoid that, you're most likely to see successes.
Yeah, absolutely. And also to chat's point, in Randomizer, there are times where we intentionally take damage or we just say, I don't care, like, running through lava with Tunic on, who cares? In this scenario, you don't want to do that. But that's okay. Looks like Ockery of Time Serenade, so definitely not getting that. And we're about to see what's in Jabu. As it looks like Durox is going back to Child, finally.
I'd imagine it is just Jabu at this point.
Ooh, hook shots and Shadow Temple.
Oh dear, that's a rough one.
Yeah, especially since we have hover boots available early, and obviously Ink didn't find it in the first part of Shadow Temple, so we do have shortcuts turned on. So, and that does apply to Shadow Temple. So there's a lot of places that hook shot could be.
Yeah, hook shot could be on Bongo Bongo, which would be a rough first hook shot.
Diabolical.
Especially as we also have, as we see Jabu there on the Plopper's side, but they don't have that boomerang, so we'll be dipping out. But we also got Forest to Morpher, and we have Iron Boots, so it's quite likely the second hook shot is in Forest Temple. Now, we don't know where Forest is. Forest could be vanilla, it could be somewhere a little easier to get, so maybe you don't need the first hook shot to get the second one. But Forest could be vanilla, and that long shot is hard blocked by that hook shot, so no getting around it if you choose to get it this seed.
And we see Ink here in the upper left going for extra points here by not sidestepping or backwalking through the Redead room in the Royal family chamber. They're going to grab this song.
Yeah, super free couple of points. No real challenge to that one, to be perfectly honest, but does get Nocturne from that, so that is a great song to have early. Will definitely help routing. No sign of Dins or Magic yet, however, so can't check out that dungeon for now.
Graveyard. The Twin Rova.
Yeah, interesting. Could just be Nocturne, so it could be Spirit.
Oh, yeah.
Could be Spirit Temple in the Shadow entrance. We didn't see anything on Dampe earlier. I don't think we've seen anything in Graveyard at all, and the only thing that has not been checked is Sungrave and the Royal Tomb.
Yeah, they peeked the crate earlier, but I wasn't able to tell. It was a pretty dark item.
I think it was a Hylian shield.
Oh, okay. Ooh, Plop going for the beans. It's bean time.
Nice, it is bean time.
Plop's is extending this Child one for as long as he can, and I respect it.
Yeah, I get it. So far, it's paid out pretty well. Doesn't have the wallet, unfortunately, so he's going to have to go for the sort of a bean scum strats. You don't have to plant 5 individual beans, you just need to plant beans into 5 individual spots, so you can save scum a couple of instances of planting beans if you choose to.
Oh, that's a good thing to know, because I know for this season, there's no real restrictions around resetting.
Yeah, you can kind of reset. Last season, we didn't allow what we called save quitting when you're in imminent danger. So if you're about to get hit, or you're about to fall into a hole, or your heat timer is about to run out. It didn't ever really come up, and it felt a bit overly restrictive. As the Plopper finds a bow and river as well. So yeah, the God route continues. But yeah, ultimately I felt this season that actually save quitting is a fairly good expression of skill if you can do it in time, if you can react, and it makes things less complicated if we just sort of free that up. So yeah, you can save quit even if you think you're about to get absolutely slapped by a Stalfos. As long as you quit in time and you don't see your hearts drop to empty, then you have manage to avoid damage, and you can carry on as you were.
Yeah, it also helps avoid some unfavorable situations like we talked about earlier, like getting double tapped by a Moblin, just to get hit by once, just to know, that's it.
Yeah.
Seeds over. Feels bad.
Oh, Ink, be careful. Ooh, those Octos, man, they are horrendous. Yeah, the problem with Moblins is that you can't actually press pause after you've been hit once. So, if you want to avoid the double tap, you have to quit. You can't even save quit. You just have to hard reset. And if you've not saved before that, or your save was a while ago, then you lose a ton of time. But it's that or you die. So, you know, what would you rather do? Lose 10 minutes or just be out? So,
Yeah.
if you can respond to that in time and you end up losing a chunk of it, then so be it. At least you can continue. You still have your points, you just can't get them again. So, you know, just sort of reroute a couple of things in.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see runners doing something that looks to be a little bit so like Durax just did Sacred Forest Meadow as Child with the shield, stopping at each one of the decos to reflect that. But you know what? That's way better than trying to run past all of them. Those guys are snipers.
Oh yeah, running past them, you'll die. Like, unless you've practiced that, you will absolutely get hit and die. So, using the shield is the optimal strat there. You don't really want to come to Sacred Forest Meadow as Child without a shield, so you'll actually quite often see players kill the Wolfos, like, outside SFM, and then just leave if they don't have a Deku shield.
They just want those Wolfos points.
Yeah, unless they know that that song is particularly important and they don't really want to come back, you'll typically see people just be like, nah, I'll come back when I've got a shield, get the points, get the song, and not double dip. But everyone's going well so far. We're about half an hour in. We've not seen any hits on Restream so far, which I think is a record. So congrats to the players for surviving 30 minutes. Everyone else is still in the race. There's been no eliminations on the side. We have 7 races this week. And no one from the async sheet has died at this point either. So yeah, 30 minutes. We're 20% through with no deaths. So doing pretty good.
Everyone's bringing their serious face for week 3. They don't want to be eliminated. They want to stay in. They want to keep going.
Yeah, we'll see how that ties up in the next half an hour.
Oh yeah.
It's,
we haven't seen anything yet. They haven't got into any of the dungeons really, except for
exactly. It's mostly, like I said, it's mostly been routing so far. The first hour and a half, route your seed, find your items, and then go absolutely ballistic for points. In sort of like the second, the last 40 to 50% of the race. Or if you're set up really early, then 45 minutes. This might be all you need to just get what you think you're going to find for the race, and then that's it. Just don't do any more checks. Take what you have, and just get as many points as you can.
Oh yeah.
Ink now in the Sacred Forest. Oh, that Moblin was very close.
See, this is why Battle Royale is so exciting. You're just like, oh man, they're gonna die.
Yeah, they've got a bit of a weird Moblin spawn. Now, I've tried to test this, and I'm almost 100% certain that the Moblin spawns, or like where they start when you load into Sacred Forest Meadow, is random. So there's no actual, like, you can't just go in and know that they're going to be in certain positions. I'm pretty sure they're just random, which makes it all the more difficult for when you do go in there. Apart from I think the one at the front is always on the same path, but I think until the other ones don't quite load in until you roll closer to the maze, so it kind of depends on how quickly you get into the entrance.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes it difficult to make a consistent strategy, especially since a lot of strategies around the maze involve just skipping it. So it's not like people have necessarily grinded out the best in-maze routing.
Yeah. I might be wrong on that, but I've not seen a consistent Moblin patrol route, I guess, is the best way to describe it.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely an enemy type in this game that only appears once, and I think there's a reason for that.
Sure. As Ink is in Colossus here. Colossus, easily top 2 overworld locations that has the most danger attached to it. There are objectives in Colossus, which haven't been a little bit found out now. There's some consistent strats for killing some levers to pick up the boulder, but generally those levers can ruin your day, and completely mess you up. So do need to be very careful. If you stick with the walls, they typically can't get close to the walls. They can sometimes nudge themselves a bit further, like towards you, but typically they can't actually touch you if you're like really wall hugging across.
Yeah, and then depending where you are, and if you're spending a lot of time in Colossus, those Gwei can get into some interesting positions.
Oh, Greys are monsters. Greys are stealth, absolute stealth bombers. Oh, Durex needs to be a bit careful, but I think we're fine. Yeah, Durex is fine. Ink is back child now, so we'll probably see them head towards bottom of the well soon as well. Oh, magic for Cola on 10 skulls.
Oh, yeah. So we know where magic is. Magic's very accessible on 10 skulls, given how early Boomerang is.
Magic is also generally just an amazing find in Battle Royale. Just being able to spin slash in certain scenarios is so useful.
Are there any fun Din's Fire strategies for Battle Royale that are clutch, or is Din's Fire just Din's Fire?
I mean, you can hit things with Dins, but there's no real good time to use Dins, because if it's on a moving enemy, the enemies can still move a bit whilst you're casting it, so you can't really guarantee where they're going to end up. So you could use them on Stalfos, for example, but the Stalfos are just going to walk around, and then you'll probably die, so not worth it. You can kill enemies from a distance. That is the only real positive thing with Dins. But no, I don't think there's any... no one has come up with any good sort of like, hey, here's this cool things that Dins can do in Battle Royale. It's just useful, but, you know, about as useful as everything else.
Sure. Now, on the topic of Spin Slash, there's no big Goron sword in here, and buying the Giant's Knife is banned. I'm assuming that's to introduce some difficulty.
Yeah, I mean, Big Goron sword is fairly self-explanatory. Like, ultimately, the Stalfos are essentially the hardest thing in this game mode. Most deaths you'll see across the whole season will be to Stalfos. I wanted that to sort of always be the case. Likewise with being bosses, you know, Big Goron sword does sort of make that a little easier than it should be. You can one-cycle certain bosses instead of needing to two-cycle them. So just removing that and removing Giant's Knife, which essentially has the same damage output as Big Goron sword, just means that you can't, you know, you can't just look to ease your way out of making difficult decisions. Sometimes you are just going to have to fight something, and it is going to be hard, and that's it. You know, just got to deal with that.
No, it introduces a good difficulty to overcome. Speaking of difficulty, it looks like Cola's trying to get up to the upper trail portion here.
Yes, this is for one of two reasons. The second reason would be for playing opponents of the cow, but they don't have opponents, so this will be there is a goal for killing the skull in the crate in Death Mountain Crater as child. There's also just the scrub. Scrubs are on, so obviously just getting up there for the item checks is good, but it's a pretty good goal. I think it's 6 points to get this skull. But this has seen its fair share of deaths over the past season and a half. So it's not free, but it looks like Cola has made it, so as long as I don't get hit by the skulls on the way up, they should be okay.
And it looks like Durax is going into Dead Hand here in Well.
Yeah, looks like it. They do have Kokiri Sword, so it's not, you know, it's fairly trivial anyway with Deku Sticks, but they don't have to worry about sort of their inventory and making sure that they have enough sticks for it, so should be fairly clean. But as I mentioned earlier, having magic is really beneficial for a whole host of reasons. Having lens for dead hands can make a difference sometimes. If you don't know where dead hand's going to spawn, sometimes it can be really awkward, but if you've got lens, you know exactly where it's going to spawn once you jump into one of those hands, as Cola finds the hammer on the scrub there, which is amazing. But yeah, the lens can be surprisingly useful in these settings. So it's just not something you find often because it's very rarely related to logic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And you can also use the lens to, of course, find dead hand to make sure that he's not exactly next to the hand that's about to grab you. Because to your point, mud hurts.
It sure does. But there's also a few Floormaster related goals in these settings, and being able to see invisible Floormasters can be very useful. And then there's a few other very niche things, but yeah, ultimately, every item is better in Battle Royale than the standard sort of like tournament settings for one reason or another. Slingshots especially, you know, finding an early slingshot is massive. Can really
we saw Plop do that earlier with the P-hats. Speaking of Plop, we're getting our first look at DC so far, and this could be a dangerous place right here with the fire keys.
Yeah, choosing to I think they just went straight. Did they go round DC or have they just gone straight to the boss here?
Oh, they went straight to the boss.
Yeah, straight to the boss.
They used choose to open.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Also, just a comment on chat: ice arrows are more useful in this setting because you can freeze spike traps, and that can be very, very useful. So yeah, even that has a role to play.
Yeah, it's one of those knowledge checks that casually you'll probably never experience that. Just like casually, a lot of people just ignore Deku Nuts, but then once you start figuring out what it can do, you're like, oh, this is a very useful.
Yeah, I had absolutely no idea you could do that when I played this game as a child. But yeah, it's amazing at what the little Easter eggs and bonuses you see as we've grown up. La Plopper, interestingly enough, did skip the back skull here. So it doesn't look like they're going to come back to finish the DC skull goal, which is fine. It can be a little awkward, especially if you don't have a long shot, specifically for Dodongo's Cavern. You're going to need to do 2 trips anyway. But yeah, it looks like they've just chose to ignore that one, which is fine. It saves 45 seconds or so there.
Alright, we have Cola lighting the torches in bottom of the well, so we're going to get some points there as Drax climbs back up from navigating the Silver Rupees.
Yep, and just of points at the moment, what are we on? We've got 13 points for Ink, 19 points for La Plopper, 24 for Durax, and 14 for Cola. So a little bit of a widespread. No reason to be alarmed on anyone's. None of them will be sitting there thinking, "Oh, I've not got enough points yet." There's plenty of time to start putting them together. As we see Ink buying tons of beans off a Bean Daddy. La Plopper is beating King Dodongo as child, so we'll get some bonus points for beating a boss as a child. Which isn't child-specific, shall we say.
Yeah, the other boss, I believe, on this is Phantom Ganon, correct?
Yes, that's right. Phantom Ganon is definitely a lot tougher to beat as child than King Dodongo, which obviously is designed to be beaten as child. But yeah, it was the only other one that is actually possible in these settings. Originally, we did have Boss ER instead of Dungeon ER, which made more bosses accessible as child, but when we changed it to Dungeon ER, it was just King Dodongo and Phantom Ganon that remained.
Oof. Cole scared me for a second. He let his last stick burn out, and I was like, did he get all the torches? And he sure did. I was like, dang.
just about, but I don't think they've not beaten Dead Hand, to my knowledge, so they will have to do it with a Kokiri Sword damage only.
Yeah, and it looks like he's waiting either, for the bubble to go by.
Oh, wait for that guy. Yeah, that guy sucks.
He sure does.
It's just one of those things. No one pays attention to, and that guy does have a static spawn, by the way, so you kind of always know where it's going to be. But who the hell's ever paid attention to that guy's static spawn and how he rotates? So, it's just not something you know until you need to know it. Cola does get 1 stick out of that pot, so we'll at least have the stick damage for Dead Hand here. Also has magic, so it is a little more, little easier to do anyway.
Mm-hmm. Flop's making his first trip to Lon Lon, so we'll finally get Zelda's Lullaby. I don't think he's going to go back to well to defeat Dead Hand, but definitely going to need that for some other checks.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. I mean, it's not a bad reroute here. You've got Bolero. It would be fairly easy to go and just play that, beat Dead Hand. You know where Shadow is at this point. So, you know, it's a fairly good goal to get done. The only small issue is not having prelude. So if you do think, oh, I do want to do this thing, but how am I going to get back to adult? Because he's not been adult yet at all. So does need to start thinking about time a bit more. Does have Serenade, which makes that less terrible, but also Durax's feed has died. I'm not sure if it's died just for me or...
Oh, it came back.
Came back? There we go. Very good. It's alright, baseball. Everything's fine. Gerudo Valley foolish there from Durax.
So Durax is going to find that this is Jabu Jabu. Has not bought Boomerang yet either, so is going to have to leave.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of amazed that no one has gone to Jabu with that rang. Because that rang isn't hard to get. And I would have bet more money on people finishing up Market than going to the Jabu entrance. So, yeah, quite surprised.
Sounds like from Chad, Durax actually already had a fairy revive at some point.
I think I hope Hyper's joking, because that would be an awful time to miss that fairy revive. I think it was just to get the fish.
Yeah.
With Jabu. Because he's now trying to play Zelda's Lullaby out the Hidstone to get the fairy.
I've definitely lost a heart in Zora's Domain before. I love breaking my neck as I jump off the waterfall. Oh. Oh, Hyper. We're so focused on the 4 feeds. The joke is the feed used a fairy revive. Get it? Because I came back.
Gotcha. Now...
Chip's unimpressed, Hyper.
Durax, for whatever reason, could not get a fairy from that Hidstone. So I think they were possibly going to dip Jabu there, but without being able to get that fairy back, has chosen not to.
Jabus can be dangerous.
So yeah, Jabu's really dangerous, so I wouldn't be going in there without a fairy either, but it's just strange that they couldn't get the fairy. It should be fairly easy to just play ZL. I think they were, weirdly, I think they were standing too close to the Gossip Stone. But unsure.
It's just Ocarina of Time things.
Yeah, just indeed. Cola needs to be... No, Cola's got Skull Mask, so they don't need to be careful at all. That is definitely something to consider in these settings as well, is that Skull Mask can avoid a lot of potential awkwardness with Keys. So even if you get it hinted dead, it's like, well, do I want to go get Skull Mask anyway? It can really pull through as a good item to have.
So for those unfamiliar, Champ, what does Skull Mask exactly do in Ocarina of Time?
So, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure what it does in Ocarina of Time. I just know that flying enemies avoid you if you're wearing the Skull Mask, I think is... I'm not even sure it's flying enemies. It might just be Keys. I'm not sure if it's Gways either. But for Gways, Keys specifically, do not target you. You can still get damaged if you rolled into a Keys, but they do not target you. So it can be a nice way to avoid Keys, because Keys are bastards.
The strange things people find out about this game.
Indeed.
Alright, Cola with a nice backflip at the end of the little silver rupee maze there for a bit of swag and safety.
Yeah.
Made it out just fine. Ink cleaning up Fountain. And will be our first racer into Jabu on Restream with Boomerang. So we might see more of Jabu here.
Did they get that rang? Oh, they did, yeah.
Oh, they might be going for a fairy.
No. Yeah, okay. But, hey, it looks like they are going to do it. I wonder if they'll do Baronade before dipping into Jabu, because the shortcut is on, so...
And then Baronade gives extra points compared to other bosses, right?
Yeah, so Baronade and Volvagia are worth 8 points in comparison to the rest of the other bosses, which are all worth 5. Mainly because there's added difficulty to those bosses that aren't in others. You know, the lightning from Baronade is a lot more sporadic than, you know, many of the other bosses. They don't really have RNG elements to them as such, and likewise with Volvagia, you know, the getting troll hold and the rocks falling from the ceiling, very RNG heavy, so there is a little bit of an extra element of risk to those, which is why they're worth a bit more. But every other boss doesn't really have much RNG attached to it, so you know, it's both set at 5. But there is also an extra few points for throwing a pot at Baronade. Which I don't think anyone will go for because it is unbelievably tough. Honestly,
that's
so
high risk.
Yeah, it should be worth more points than it is, but there's only so many points I can put on one boss. So I don't think anyone is actually going to go for that goal in this season unless they nail it down.
Yeah, I feel like if you go for the throwing a pot at Baronade, you're just flexing at that point. You're like, I'm on fire today. We're just gonna go for it.
I've seen it done in practice. Ink has done it in practice successfully. I think Hyper and Durax have also done it successfully in practice. But it's not consistent. The safest way, in air quotes, to get that done is to do it on the first cycle. Each cycle that you fight Baronade, it shoots more lightning. So you kind of want to do it on the first cycle instead of the third. Because if you try it on the third, there's so much lightning flying all over the place that is absolutely not worth doing.
Yeah, Hyper in chat even saying, he did it. Never doing it again, though.
It is not safe, for sure.
No.
It is an unbelievably risky thing for just 3 points. But if anyone does do it in a race, they are the MVP of the season. I don't care if they lose like that same race. If someone manages to get it, they are my champion.
I don't believe throwing a pot at Baronade's dead body counts, chat, because then you just be hitting Rudo. So I think it's negative points.
Yeah, it's true. You, if anything, you forfeit the race.
Ink in the basement of Jabu here, going for that skull to play, like you said, Ink and Cola favor.
Yeah, Ink is up to about 20 skulls, I think, at this point, and will also be going for just the skull goal anyway, I think, in Jabu. It's fairly easy to get all of the skulls in Jabu without too much trouble. We'll see if they do... we'll see how much of Jabu Ink ends up doing.
They're not too much trouble until you forget that the berries can be mean.
Yeah, the third... There's a goal for killing all of the tentacles. The third one, which has the 4 berries around it, is the bane of my life. I hate that room even in regular races, let alone in Battle Royale. It's awful. So, yeah, it's not a fan of that room.
No, that would definitely be one I'd say that's not worth the risk for me. I'm skipping that one.
But it's good points. Jabu is a short dungeon, and it is fairly points dense if you choose to go for them.
Especially reduced in length because we have Rudo already on floor 1 here, so you don't even have to do the basement loop for Rudo.
Yeah, for sure. Plopper had a really, really awkward angle there coming into Jabu, but thankfully managed to avoid the Octos. And still, no hits so far. We're almost at an hour. No defeats in the race room. No defeats on the async sheet. Will we get the whole hour without a single player dying?
You'll just have to keep watching to find out, everybody. That's the only way you'll figure it out. Just like Plop is going to figure out how to get this switch. Let's see.
Again, even this is a little awkward because these berries are... They can just kind of just show up.
Oh, absolutely.
Should be fine. There's also a big chest here on the... for Ink here. Fire arrows!
Okay. That's our first fire source since we haven't found Dins yet. So if we end up in Spirit Temple, we can do some stuff in there.
All right, Baronade. We have our first 8-point boss on screen. We'll see if Plopper manages to get this done without taking a hit. Now, again, you do kind of just want to save here, and if you feel like you've messed this up or you're at risk at all, you save and you quit. You just come back. There's no reason to take any gambles with Baronade. Looks like they've got it nailed, though. Not going for the pot, which is, yeah, the right thing to do. Should be fine here. 2 hits. 3rd hit incoming. Ooh, yeah, came straight for him, but...
Oh, good job by Plop. That was really safe, clean Baronade. The trouble is always if you miss one of those jellies.
Yeah, for sure. I'd give that a 9 out of 10 as a Baronade. Well done, Plop. Because
no pot? Is the pot the requirement for
no,
10?
The pot is an 11 out of 10. But okay. I squirmed a little bit watching that happen because I thought it was going to get hit, you know. So just the slight lack of confidence loses a point. As we see Cola heading into Baronade as well. Durax going for the iceberg goal here.
So the goal here is to get onto each iceberg without killing any of the Octoroks.
Yeah, exactly.
I know there was a question of clarification on that point in the Discord earlier, which was, can you just climb onto them? And the answer is yes. The goal is just to get on them and avoid the Octoroks.
Yeah, if you fall off, you can just jump back on, but you can't leave the area. You do have to do it all at once, but managed to nail it, and we find Forest Temple. Interesting.
Okay.
So that hook shot might be available if it is indeed a hook shot that is in Forest. And Cola getting Baronade down as well. Ink collecting the deeper skulls in Jabu and has done the tentacles. Le Plopper is now going to do the rest of Jabu as well. So somehow, despite the incredibly diverse start that we've had, leading into this first hour, we have 3 runners all in Jabu, which is quite incredible.
Man. Plop the swag throw for Rudo on that switch.
Yeah. Always nice. Always nice. Okay, well, normally, I'm not excited to see anyone in Forest Temple, but in Battle Royale, I'm always excited to see people in Forest Temple.
Oh, yeah, as we were talking about earlier, Stalfos is scary, and then there's some points to be earned here with defeating the Poe Sisters to light the torches. Yeah,
there's a surprising amount of forest that is scary. The big Dekubabas are scary. Even the small Dekubaba on the balcony is quite scary if you come in at the wrong angle. Climbing the wall can be scary if you don't kill the spiders. The bubbles are scary because they do what the fuck they want. So, yeah. Durax needs to be careful here. And
yeah, I know. I was like, Durax. Maybe just kill it. Yeah, they ran into the corner immediately.
Yeah. He's taking it easy. Did they not have the bow from the river?
No. Well, if they have it, they didn't mark it in their tracker.
Surely they would have equipped it by now. I'm actually a little amazed that they've managed to get here without a bow, considering where that is. But they'll be kicking themselves when they find it. They must. Well, they've got irons and a scale, so they probably went through Lost Woods into the.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, I think he just went through Lost Woods and took the shortcut and then just didn't go down river yet.
Yeah, well, first Stalfos fight, 1 down.
While Ink is fighting Baronade.
There's
our
hit.
First hit on Restream.
On Durax, and of course it's a Stalfos.
Of course.
They were playing that with a good level of confidence, so it's a little unfortunate they got hit there, but...
Ink also having a hard time. A Baronade and got hit. Oh, no.
Boy.
And to your point, Ink's just resetting. Ink's like, all right.
Yeah, there's no point. You can't respawn in Jabu. Like, there's just absolutely no point. You've got to just quit and try again. Durax does manage to survive that room, so despite taking 1 hit, they do get the second Stalfos down. Cola, I think, should leave here. He's missed the first cycle on these dual Skull Kids, and he might struggle to get this second one. Is sticking with it.
Well, it took us 57 minutes to see anyone get hit, so I think that's really good.
Yeah, for sure. But hey, they're hit but not dead. So still 1 minute 40 seconds to go before that first hour. We'll see if they manage to survive. Cola manages to get those Skull Kids despite the error, which is really impressive. Not something I would have chose to do, that's for sure.
Alright, so it looks like Ink is still cleaning up some checks here. And then...
Yeah, we do have a...
Yeah, they're just leaving.
We do have a Fountain is Dead hid, but I'm not sure if they've got it, so...
Yeah, it looks like they're leaving. They're not going to go back to Baronade. I don't blame them for that.
It's unfortunate, because that is a lot of points down the drain, but yeah, I definitely respect leaving the dangerous points on the table for later on, just going to get some more safe points. You really don't want to have any rough weeks in Battle Royale. So yeah, they might go back when they're on like 70, 80 points, especially if they need to try and get into Gallons, because the bridge condition for these settings is 3 rewards. So if they don't have 3 rewards and Baronade is still on the cards, it might just be something they're forced to do. But I think we've seen enough dungeons by now to know that they can avoid it if they choose to. We've got a fairly accessible forest. We've got Dodongo's Cavern that's already been done. So, you know, not too bad.
Mm-hmm. So Durex, playing safe, especially after they used their fairy there, they were in an unfavorable position getting around the big Deku Baba, to your point, to try to get back into the door from Courtyard. And he just went, I was going to save and reset. I'm not going to climb up this ledge and then maybe get hit by the Baba.
Yeah, I think it's... there's a few places in the game where it's actually safer to just save quit and start again at the beginning of a dungeon. And I've done it more than a few times, and yeah, definitely respect that decision. But we made it. We're an hour in. No one died. Well, no one has fully died. We saw a couple of hits. I'm sure there's a couple of hits off stream as well. But we did make the first hour without any eliminations, so congrats to those on Restream especially, because it is tough. Cola, I think, got hit by the Moblin there, but because they had their shield up, you don't actually take damage.
Mm-hmm. But with the 1 hour here at ZeldaSpeedRuns, we want to thank everyone for being here. So for a very exciting Battle Royale Week 3, this is the first week we'll see players eliminated by the after this race is over. We've tallied up all the points. Well, I say we, it's Chimp. But yeah, thanks for all being here. Thanks for organizing and commentating and doing all the work you do, Chimp. Appreciate it.
And thank you very much for joining me as we spoilers, folks. We are approaching the first async death.
Uh-oh, spoilers.
Yeah.
Also, thanks Baseball for restreaming. Can't forget it.
As we have async player 1 finished at 1 hour, 1 minute, 45 seconds.
Oh, plop got bold. Oh no!
Oh,
as you mentioned the first death, Plop's like, I'm gonna be there in spirit.
Oh my god! Yeah,
so close.
Just warp out. Oh my god! So they actually had the chance to avoid that. If they would have just kept the skull text on screen, they wouldn't have got hit by that Shabomb. But because they closed the skull text just in time for that Shabomb to hit them, you know, it just sort of basically cracked them on the head. So yeah, unfortunate. Did at least manage to avoid the double tap. As we are now it's only Cola that has 2 lives.
That's wild. I wouldn't even think of that strat, just leaving the text menu up and letting the thing float by.
It's kind of you sort of just run into it sometimes by chance. But once you know that can be a thing, you know, there can be sort of like certain panic scenarios where you can see damage incoming, but you're like, oh no, just leave this text up. It's fine. It can't hit me. And it can end up saving you sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Cole having a hard time with the last Moblin. This Moblin's a jerk.
Yeah, nice and slow. I think maybe next season I ask for someone to speed these guys up.
I think that'd be more dangerous than less.
Hey, at least it's dangerous, but at least they'll be out of the way sooner.
Mm-hmm. All right, nothing on Bomb Shoot Bowling today.
No. Cola did make it, and Cola's points have absolutely shot up here. I think that they were in last place on Restream when we last did a points check, and they are now in first place on 52. The Plopper is on 48, Durax is on 38, and Ink is lagging behind a little bit here on 25. That Baronade definitely did not help them, otherwise they would be on a more comfortable 33.
Yeah. Ink still has a lot of areas to make up points, just like everyone else, though, so definitely not counting anyone out on Restream yet.
Absolutely loads of points still on the table, and like I said, Ink does go for skulls more than most, so if Ink does manage to survive the whole 2.5 hours, it's quite likely that the end of their race is going to see the biggest points influx when they hand in that 50 skull reward, get the 25 points, head into Ganon's and get all of their points that may be in the tower as well, but we'll see if we get there.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of finally getting there, Plop's in their very first Adult 1 segment after an hour and 3 minutes.
Yeah, that is unbelievable, to be honest. I think it has paid out for them. They've got Ganon's access, which is a fantastic place. Yeah, which is a great place to be in. Chose not to go into Ganon's, which I think is fine. Don't have hookshot, don't have lights, don't have really too much to do in there other than get some checks, but yeah, they can, with those light arrows on Death Mountain Trail, and what is a very trivial magic on 10 skulls, which they'll probably get right now, they're essentially going to be in go mode in the next couple of minutes.
When do you usually see people moving to complete Ganon if they've survived the seed for that long?
You don't really see a Ganon kill pre-2 hours. Most people just want to continue to get points, even if it's just the safe, slow points. It's like, well, there's no point going to Ganon's if I'm, there are a lot of goals you can do which are fairly free and, there's not much risk to them. So you'll find players like myself who will choose to, go for some of the longer goals, try find opponents, play, opponents to the cows, get the big pose, for example, which are sort of lengthier checks, but again, risk-free. I've never seen a sub-2 Ganon kill, personally.
That makes sense. There's a lot of risk just going in the tower itself.
Yeah.
Of course, Plop doesn't have a shield yet.
No. You will find players going to Ganon's tower earlier than that, because there's sort of 2 reasons. The first one is that you might not have lights, and, getting the hint early means that you can sort of guarantee that you'll be in a position to finish the seed later. And the second one is, again, sort of the risk factor. You don't know if you're ever going to go back to Ganon's. You might get hit randomly by Lizalfos on the way to Dodongo's Cavern, right? So Ganon's tower is worth a lot of points on its own. So just getting that done in itself, even if you're not going to go beat Ganon's, is well worth it in most instances. It's just those Stalfos. The Stalfos are so tricky because you can't really do anything to guarantee that they play ball. You can cheese the Darnalfos, it's very rare people get hit by Iron Knuckles, but Stalfos are just so difficult to get right that it is a big risk going all the way up for those points.
Mm-hmm. So we have Ink still doing some child stuff, collecting some Skulltulas, putting that bug bottle to use. Doesn't really need to carry around a fairy anymore anyways. Gonna play Bolero to go to bottom of the well. Again? Nope, just kidding. Checking the beans first. Oh, right. Don't forget to plant your beans, everybody. Cola working through Adult Goron City, Plop grabbing Sarius finally, and it looks like Durax is our first one across the gap in Shadow. We saw Dead Hand earlier, but Durax is actually making a play. Let's see where they go.
Yeah, Deeper Shadow. I'm excited to see someone take the dip here, potentially take out that hook shot. There's some fairly free points in Shadow Temple. The 2 Gibdos, that's 4 very, quite free points. It's not difficult to get those 2 killed. This room in itself, just collecting the silver rupees, is worth some points. Now this, without a hook shot, can be tricky. You can either ground jump, or you can hop on that sort of wooden ledge to the right and hover across to that upper platform. I would definitely recommend ground jumping because the timing for getting the hovers and not getting hit by the blade is very tight. But ground jumps in and of themselves are quite spooky in these settings. You need to get it right. If you end up too close to the bomb when it explodes, you'll die. And I've seen people die just trying to do ground jumps. So.
Oh, absolutely. Durax was being extra careful there.
Yeah, did manage to get it right. Does get the silver rupee, so they do bank the points. But yeah, it's not a very friendly room, this one. We'll see if they go through Shadow or if they go through the shortcut.
It's a hard call when you don't have hookshot.
Yeah, no dins either, so even if you wanted to go deep into Shadow, you can't beat Bongo because you can't get the boss key.
It's like Ink is making his way back into Well.
I think this is their first time in Well. Yeah, this is their first logical bomb bag, I think, is this one. But only going to find a slingshot for their troubles. But as we mentioned, they probably will go and defeat the Dead Hand and get the Dead Hand goal complete. Okay, well, Durax has killed the Gibdos. Cola has his light arrows. So Cola is just a boss away from go mode. And that's probably just Dodongo's cavern, because they've not been back there. So, basically at any point, Cola can go beat the seed, as soon as they choose to. Which is a nice place to be in. Especially so early. So I think they'll be pretty happy. Can now start playing opponents to the cows as well. It's a bit of a slower goal, especially with the Gerudo Valley cow, but it's achievable. Cola has everything they need to get that done as well.
Yeah, there's 4 cows in total for that one, correct?
5, and I'm wrong. They don't have everything they need. They need a magic source for the field cow. Is it 5? Field cow. Kakariko, Death Mountain Trail, Gerudo Valley. Am I forgetting one? It might be 4.
Yeah. Play opponents belong to the 4 cows not found in Lala Ranch or Kokiri Forest.
Yeah,
that's what the rules say.
Yeah. No, you are right. You're reading my own rules to me. So shows you my failing memory.
Them up just in case I forget something.
Did Durax kill that Stalfos? It didn't spawn, so I assume they killed it.
Does it walking off the ledge count?
Yeah, if it voids out, it counts as a kill.
Okay, that might have been what happened because it was fast.
Gotcha. Now, I have seen Durax die here before. These spike traps are no joke if you forget about them, so do need to be careful, especially when you're collecting the 5th silver rupee, because you will stop. And if you stop in line with a spike trap, you will die. But manages
Looks like they got it down, though.
Yeah, didn't repeat their error from previously. Cola is going into Fire Temple, by the looks of things. They do have that hammer, which no one else has.
The hammer is in a pretty unfortunate location, being this crater scrub.
Yeah.
So I don't really foresee anyone else getting that soon.
But it is hinted, so it's not a getting there is complete ass, but at least you know it's there.
Right.
And honestly, the hammer, just as a Ganon mechanism, is very important. Because if you don't have a hammer, there's no Bigoron sword. So your first cycle Ganon is going to be 10 Deku Nuts. If you don't have that hammer to back you up.
That's a really good point. That's slow and dangerous.
Yes. Okay. So, Plopper managing to beat Danpei unscathed. Ink going for bottom of the well here. Cola is in a bit of a dodgy room. Shouldn't get hit here, but anything in fire is a bit risky, quite frankly. Durax is very deep into Shadow at this point, so I hope that for their sake they manage to fish out this hookshot. But, of course, it can only be in this room, because you need hookshot to get past it. With the shortcut on, you can reverse into the wind room, and the hookshot could be in there based on the logic, but that would be really rough if it was.
There is a bonus for the wind room, by the way, and I think that bonus point is pretty mean, considering all the setups people usually have for it.
Oh, it's super
explain
mean.
what it is.
Yeah, and there is the hook shot. Wow, right before they need it is a great place to find it. Yeah, so the wind room goal is to get through the wind room without iron boots or hover boots. There are some very good strats containing both irons and hovers. Hovers has the sort of most has an actual strategy. You know, as a sort of like you turn left before you enter the room. You can back walk and sort of back and then do some side hops, back walk over, and then go past all of the fans without too much problem. That feels good. Iron boots is fairly simply you just side hop with iron boots on. There's no grand strategy to it. But yeah, it's quite tough to do without either of those shoes on. You can just use hook shot and long shots effectively, but it's tough. It is tough and slow. But Shadow is tough and slow, and that's why there's more goals in Shadow this season than there was last season. It's to get people into tougher scenarios.
Yeah, give them something to chew on.
Exactly. Now, Durax just collecting this skull here. I wonder if they're going to go... Is that their second skull? Did I just see 2 skulls on Durax's...
Yeah, I think Durax has been skipping skulls because their counter even still says 0, so they haven't at least gotten 10.
Wow.
Let's see.
Well, considering Magic is on 10, they might be in a bit of trouble if they don't at least try and find 10 skulls. I can definitely understand not going for 50, but only having 2 at an hour and 15 minutes is rough.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's saving time, or they just figure I'm just going to get them in dungeons when I do them, and now they're finally getting into doing dungeons.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately they didn't have a hook, they didn't have a rang or a hook shot until very recently, so I can totally get not getting all of them, but not having any, like, basically at this point is pretty wild. As we do see Durax in the wind tunnel room now.
Yeah, and Cole is doing Volvigia here, so a very scary fight.
Yeah, especially without a tunic. Thankfully they have a tunic, but if you don't have one, it's awful, because you can't even stand on that fire.
Good kill by Cola.
Yeah, get it done. Durax is making it through this room. I have never seen anyone do this. Full stop. So if Durax does make it to the end of this room, it's the first time I've ever seen this goal achieved.
Alright.
Yeah, GG Durax. I'm sure it has been achieved. I'm sure people have done it. I've just not seen it personally, so I'm very happy. That is another goal off the list of unique goals that I've not seen. Only a few left.
Yeah, the wind tunnel room is definitely a room where it's you have your strat and you do it, and when you take the strat away, you're like, how am I supposed to do this room again?
Yeah, and let me tell you, that eyeball that shoots the fire, when you're coming backwards through Shadow, is basically an assassin.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
I've been hit by that fire over the gap constantly.
Yeah, that guy will absolutely ruin your day, and you won't even know about it. Like, by the time you realise that he's shot fired, you're dead. Unbelievable. Now,
looks like Durax is setting up to kill the Gibdead, by the way.
Yeah, looks like they just messed that first one up, but is okay. The flying pots are the only real... Oh! Oh my god! Oh,
wait, he got a heart?
God. Oh, no, he's fine. He's fine. He didn't die. Yeah, if you get
oh
if
my
you
goodness.
get hit, if you get hit by a pot containing a heart, you won't die. You will just lose all of your health, and it will give you that heart.
That's crazy.
So, I think they've just shat themselves on stream, but they're still alive, and they're okay. If that pot didn't have a heart, that was it. Game over.
And it looks like he just got key locked out of going through into the ferry room, so he is going to have to go back and take the shortcut to make it to the ferry.
I'm wondering if they're even going to, because again, you can't kill Bongo here.
I don't think he is. I think the hook shot and not losing his run is all he really needed out of that. I don't know if he's taking a moment to calm down or reflect.
He just messaged me to ask if that was okay.
Oh, okay.
And
I was like,
it is essentially the only way of taking damage in these settings, and it not counting as a death. So it's fine.
It's an exciting way to continue running. It looks like Cola is actually the first one into Ganon's, checking the scrubs at the bottom.
Yeah, it makes sense. Ganon's is essentially quite early in logic when in these settings, so coming here for checks is perfectly sensible. They can go to the tower now. If anything, I would go for the tower now. They've got 2 lives, so I would definitely get the tower done. And if you do take a hit on the Stalfos, at least you've sort of got through it, provided they don't get hit twice on the Stalfos. Plopper needs to be careful here. Does not have a shield, and I would not enjoy being dead hand without a shield.
No. Yeah, Ganon's Tower is a pretty dense place for points in terms of enemy kills, such as, we have this Wolfos right here, we have those Stalfos, and then there's the Iron Knuckles as well.
Yeah, loads of enemies. And essentially well, not every trial. Any trial which has silver rupees is a goal. So, there's at least 4 goals in here for getting all of the silver rupees. Can't do 2 of them at the moment because you need strength 3 for those. But can do Spirit Trial and can do Forest Trial if they choose to.
Speaking of Spirit Trial.
Although saying that, Cola doesn't have a hook shot. So I think
I was about to say, I was like, how's he going to do this room without a hook shot in this rule set?
Yeah, I mean, you can. You can
it's
jump
hard.
off. Yeah, you can jump off the Armos and get that upper rupee, but I wouldn't fancy it in these settings. So
no. That's already a scary room, and then having to do without hook shot on these settings.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, Async Player 2 has just finished in 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 21 seconds.
Really good survival time. Surviving beyond 30 minutes in some of these seeds is a feat on its own, but over an hour in any of them's great. So Cola is now back in Dodongos, is going to do Dodongos, and then Ink is climbing Trail, going to get the cow play here, and then we'll likely get the Skulltula kill in Crater that was mentioned earlier, and then finally get Hammer off of Crater's Scrub, while Plop continues forward through in Shadow without a shield, which is wild because Plop saw the shield on Night Market, just didn't have the 80 rupees for it. I think he was at like 60 something. And he's like, I'll find one as adult. Well, anyways, like almost 20 minutes later, still no shield.
Well, Stone of Agony and Bomb True Bowling there on Jurax's side. I would consider not getting that shield just a mistake. Like, there's no way you want to go adult without a Hylian shield, or at least knowing where one is, because there's just so much that can that can hit you, and you can't do anything about it. So, I would 100 times out of 100, I would grind the extra few rupees to get that shield without any question.
So Cola going for the Lizalfos here. For a second, I was like, why is Cola going back here? And then I forgot Lizalfos live here. In normal randomizers within the standard rule set, we almost never see anyone go in that room because there's not really a reason to. But here we are. That's the fun part about the point system for Battle Royale. You see some stuff you don't usually see.
Yeah, it's amazing that essentially 2 mini-bosses of a 3-boss dungeon is just completely avoided in Rando, but as it is just Lizalfos. But yeah, you'll see a lot more in...
Plop. Sorry, Plop scaring me.
Yeah, no, I'm also terrified of
yeah, push him off. Yeah,
I'll do.
Sumo.
Who needs a shield when you can just butt him off with your sword?
I love it.
This room is not super safe either. Again, just almost every room in Shadow is bad. So as long as you're out of the way of the scythe, you should be okay. Ink did manage to get that skull on Death Mountain Crater as child. Hopefully they'll get the hammer here as well.
I suspect so. Already up here.
Now, interestingly, that was the Sungrave being dead. So that graveyard path to Twin Rover is either just Nocturne, or there is maybe like a mirror shield on the Royal Tomb torches.
Well, it looks like Ink was not aware of the hammer if it was on a hint somewhere, as they just took
Oh
the
wait,
L
they didn't
down
get
the
it.
count.
Oh, that is rough. That is
Yeah.
so rough.
Well, there comes Zelda Speedruns 2 and with a raid. Welcome in, Raiders, to Battle Royale Season 2, Week 3. This is one-hit KO settings, and this is the first week we're going to see some eliminations from the tournament. We are over an hour in to a race that timer is capped at 2.5 hours, but usually people finish or die before then. We've had 3 hits here on Restream, so 3 of these runners are on their last life already. So it's been very exciting.
Yeah, been a super great race so far. Welcome in. Hey Shan, Hope, MMR. Round 6 was it? Was a great race. I'm sure I'll catch up with that one later. So, but yeah, welcome to the Thunderdome.
We're trying to see who gets their Cucko dinner.
Oh, Durax, Durax, please, please just save quit or something. Oh God.
So stressful.
Oh, Durax, please. Oh, this is making me so nervous. Just.
You mentioned before, this section makes you nervous when you're playing it, so I'm sure you're getting a lot of empathy pain from watching Durex do it.
Yeah, so I think, oh God, yeah. So I've died on this trail a few times. The pros, and by pros I mean Cola, Timmy, and Hyper, basically say, don't use Hylian Shield here, always use a Deku Shield. Because as long as you're holding the shield and walking backwards, it won't hit you. Now, I'm almost 100% convinced I've been hit with a Deku Shield in those settings, but they do have a point that ultimately standing there with a Hylian Shield does make things quite spooky, because you can't move, and this game and its hitboxes can be a bit funky. So, yeah, it's pretty dangerous, as Plopper gets their hook shot. As they have also made it into Deeper Shadow, so congrats to them. Again, this is very rare that we see anyone in Shadow, let alone we've seen like 3 dips, 2 players go pretty deep for those hook shots, so this is really interesting to see in this race.
We know Plop is going to get locked out past Wind Tunnel Room, but we'll likely see him go all the way through it. I don't know if we'll see him do the Wind Tunnel without hovers or irons, but we saw that once today, so I'm satisfied.
Yeah. For those joining that may be interested in how many players have died, etc. No one's died so far. We have 4 async runners that have ran this race in parallel. Leplopper, Durax, and Ink have all been hit once. They have not died because they've used their fairy revived, but one more hit and they are out. Cola has not had any hits so far, so still does have their extra fairy, extra life. No hugely cursed item positions so far. The hammer on the scrub in Death Mountain Crater is pretty rough, but it is hinted. Ink didn't get the hammer, but honestly, I think that's just an error not checking the scrub. If you're up there for the points and you don't know what's on the scrub, then there's no reason to not check it, so they're probably going to kick themselves when they read the hint that the hammer's there. I don't know if they were just out of time, or they didn't have any rupees, but I can't imagine either of those being the case, quite frankly, as Durax will demonstrate.
That oh yeah, yeah. So there's the hammer on Durax, and then Plop is actually doing Wind Tunnel without irons or hovers.
Nice, amazing. Yeah, again, GG to both Plopper and Durax for getting this done. It is hugely risky. Both of them did it without a fairy as well, so...
Oh, so stressful watching.
Cola needs to be a bit careful here. That Beamos is going to be a bit angry. Ooh.
Cola's like, oh, I'm out. Bye. All right, Plop made it. Good job, Plop. It's more points. Still no shield. Just wild. Oh, grab by Redead. Oops, saving Quinn.
Oh no!
Oh no, it wasn't fast enough.
I didn't manage it.
Oh.
Oh, dearie me. That's it.
Oh.
GG.
That's unfortunate too because he couldn't just reset, or else he would have lost his hook shot. So he needed to save.
That is rough. We also lost another runner around the same time, but not on the restream. So one of Breadcoon, Liam6, or Morning Cup also died. Unsure who just yet. I'll see if Plopper wants to join us for a quick interview.
Everyone can enjoy Cola taking on Dodongo as Ink works his way down to the bottom of the Gerudo Valley. And Durax also doing Dodongo's Cavern now.
But GG to LaPlopper. That looks like they're just tallying up their score right now. Did at least hit 60, which is a strong score. You know, you kind of want to be aiming for like 100 or something for each week, but if you don't get your seed finished, I think 60's fine. He's not going to be overly upset at that. Just overly upset that he didn't quite manage to get the save quit done in time.
Oh no, baseball killed it.
Zelda Speedruns raided. We promise we have a stream. Please stand by. Welcome in, ZSR. Technical issues.
Technical issues. We're still here. We're just waiting for the rounds.
Oh, we're still here. Well, welcome in, Zelda Speedruns. This is Battle Royale, Ocarina of Time Randomizer Battle Royale. As we wait for the streams to reload themselves, this is a... Oh, there we go. We're back. We're fine. Yeah, this is a weekly knockout tournament where players are striving to get the most points possible each week, and the lowest points get eliminated. So far, we've had one player eliminated on... Well, they've died on stream. LaPlopper died, but they are not eliminated because they got a pretty decent score. So we'll see at the end of the race who has the lowest score and who ends up getting eliminated. But it is a one-hit KO. If you get hit, you die. You have a fairy. If you lose your fairy and get hit, it's all over. Oh, Bread is dead. So it was Bread that died essentially at the same time as LaPlopper. GG, Bread.
Speaking of which, I'm going to drag Plop in here.
Yeah, drag him in. Welcome in.
GG Plop.
GG, LaPlopper.
Thanks.
That was a very unfortunate death at the end there.
I lost my fairy to a dumb thing too, so it was not my day.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate you couldn't get that save off in time. You could, obviously, it was the right play, but that re-dead was particularly thirsty, it seems. Also, welcome in, Breadcoon. GG.
Yeah, I think what was it, the restream died. I'm gonna take it because I joined in, everything was dying for a moment.
Yeah, the plan was to rotate you after LaPlopper, but you died 10 seconds after he did. so the timing.
Yeah, I got on the shadow boat and the Stalfos just immediately dived me and just killed me, just right out the gate. So
amazing. Yeah, those Stalfos can be a nightmare.
Also, I wasn't sure. Can you void the Stalfos trap in shadow and still count it as dead?
Yeah, if the Stalfos specifically fall off the edge, that counts as a kill.
Okay, nice.
It's only if you do something to not make them spawn where it doesn't count. But as long as they spawn and they fall off either the boat or the platform beforehand in the sort of big pit room, then it's fine.
I didn't even know they could fall off the pit room. But then again, I'm so used to just running past them every time anyway that I just never realized that was a thing.
Well, LaPlopper, you managed to get him to void out, but just basically by stabbing him to death because you didn't have a shield, and we were all terrified that you were in shadow without a shield.
I put out Shadow so long specifically for the shield, and also hoping I could maybe spike in somewhere, but I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of searched for a shield when I was opening a small chest, because the only available shield you could buy is in Child at the night market.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I chose to buy the boomerang instead, so...
Yeah,
I'm
you had
lucky.
a...
I had it for a while because after I realized it was Shadow and I knew the hook was there, I'm like, hold on, let me just set the night. Let me just do some night child stuff real quick because I want a shield. And then, oh, boom, shield. Well, I guess I can go do Drabu, I suppose, because it's almost always vanilla anyway.
Yeah, I think it kind of depended on what players did. I'm not sure about yourself, Bread, but the Plopper, you had a really, really long Child 1. So I think buying the Rang made the most sense because you were continuing, but I think when Ink and Durax, for example, when they found the shop, they bought the shield instead of the Rang because they went adult straight away. So yeah, totally understand the decision, and it was a bit of a rough spot for that shield to get back to.
I considered buying a shield and going adult, but because I'd already done KD, I could have opened trial with Jabu, as I knew it was vanilla, and I got a scale to get there fast with a 7-8, so...
Yeah.
But buying
Also,
the shield was not an option to me.
No, that's fair. Also, Ink avoided that scythe by about a millimeter, I want to say. That was incredibly close. Doing this scythe room without a hook shot is awful. And yeah, I think I'm so impressed that yourself, LaPlopper, and Durax both went into Shadow and sort of essentially did all of the goals apart from the Floormaster one at the end because of the trying to get across the boat and stuff. So yeah, I'm even dying at the end after at least you got the wind room goal is something, but it's just unfortunate placement there.
Yeah, where was the hook in Shadow? Was it just in all the way back in Manager?
It was the Redead room with the spikes. So literally just before you needed it.
Yeah, I bailed in that room because, like, I don't know where all the spikes are without lens. I'll be honest. I know I'm gonna run in and just die. So I'm just gonna go to the back and try and hope my hook is back there and just not do that room.
Thankfully,
you can use the hover boots to hover over the spikes. That's what I used.
Oh, do you not take damage if you have hover boots?
No.
I think you do if you fall on them. Even if you're wearing hovers, if you like jump on them, you do. But if you just roll forwards and you end up on the spikes you've got hovers on, you don't take any damage.
Ah.
Yeah, if you stay too long on it, you take damage too.
Yeah, it's essentially like lava. Even if you've got hovers on in the lava and fire temple, you do eventually take damage. But falling on it will cause some damage. As we catch up with the players on the stream, we've not seen Liam at all, obviously. He's just rotated in, but is going relatively strong at 42 points, now in bottom of the well. Ink is making their way through Shadow Temple. Cola just about dodged an Octorok shock there on the icebergs. And
he knew it was coming.
Yeah, Durax has just beaten King Dodongo, so does have Ganon's access.
Yeah, and if our Randomizer just came in on restream right now, Ink and Durax have both taken one hit. Durax got very lucky and got a second hit from a flying pop, but got a heart out of it. So he's still good to go. Cola has not been hit yet. I don't know about Liam.
When was Magic?
Magic was on 10 skulls.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I'm not taking any cards. Obviously,
yeah, Durax has exactly the same thought process as you. I think he collected his second skull about 5 minutes ago. So whether he will get 10 is who knows at this point, quite honestly. But Ink and Cola have gone pretty hardcore on skulls, as you can imagine. Liam doesn't have magic, it seems, but I haven't seen their skull count, so unsure if that's just because they've not been there or whether they've not been really paying attention to it. Also, Liam does not have a fairy in their bottle, so it does look like they've taken one hit.
Yeah, so this is Cola's first trip to Forest.
I didn't feel like the skull was worth it.
Yeah, I think that
plan to do a long child either, but pretty much get all of the items for our child, so I was like, yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah, an hour and 5 minutes later, and you finally went adult.
Yeah, I just kept giving.
Cookies, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, we've not seen. We've seen forest to morpher, so I assume that there is a long shot in forest, but we have not seen it. So we also haven't seen Water Temple at all. So I'm not sure if Water Temple is vanilla.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if it's in GTG. It could be Dins. I think Spirit is going to be in Shadow because I don't think Spirit can be anywhere else because of
it has
as
to be it has to be accessible by child. So
yeah, so I
it
think
would have to be over there.
yeah.
Can it be behind all dungeons in the well?
Yes.
Yes, that's also.
I did. Yeah, I don't know what dungeons were what stones, so it could be.
And the other, so one of them is Spirit, and the other one has to be Decatry then.
Oh, Ink needs to be careful. Ooh. Oh, he stood there. Oh, he just stood there. Oh,
Right in the heels. Yeah, he wasn't sure where those spikes quite were in their rotation.
Oh, that is unfortunate. GG Ink. Baseball, just so you know, Morning Cup's audio is not restream safe, so you might want to switch to Cola if we rotate them in. But GG Ink, we'll see if they want to join us. What was your final point scores, guys?
I had 68.
I got 60.
It's like Ink is on 64, so very, very close between you all. I'm sure he's doing his final tally up and see if there's anything else he can add. Cola is... oh my god, that Baba on Cola's stream! Jesus Christ.
Cola making us sweat.
Yeah, that was a very timely save quit, I think. I'm not sure if it would have hit him, but it certainly was close. But yeah, Cola on 77, Durax on 74. So yeah, looks like overall the point scores were fairly close throughout. I believe we've been joined by Ink. GG Ink.
GG.
GG's.
Oh, that was unfortunate to watch. Just seeing that slow rotation of that spike, like, please don't hit him, and yeah.
I thought I was 100% safe there. Like, I thought it was in between, but apparently like half of Link's leg was like on the edge, so yeah.
Really unfortunate, but GG. What was your score in the end? Was it 64?
I think so. I will have to double check. I think that's right, yeah. I'm really bummed out because I could have gotten 50 this seed too already. Like, I probably could have just rushed it. I left DC on the board. My first step was a really unfortunate one to Baronade, so I just bailed on Baronade.
Yeah. Which I think was the right decision.
Yeah, I mean, I was in Go, or like hard Go, so I could have just... my goal was just to like finish 2 dungeons. Maybe I should have went back for Jabu and then Go moded DC and then went for all my easy points, but hard to say. Where do we know where the hookshot like within Shadow is?
Yeah, it was in the Redead spike room. So literally just before the wind tunnel and where you need the hookshot was the hookshot.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I went the wrong way. That's unfortunate.
I mean, it makes sense to go the way you did because that is like 3 chests right there. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Like, and also you have to remember that Back of Shadow has like is guaranteed to have keys. So because of that, it's like going for the shortcut or going for the shortcut area is like way less dense.
Yeah.
But yeah,
honestly, at one point
I'm really
I thought
bummed out because like you saw last race I got like what was it 150?
Yeah, just
race,
before this one. Yeah.
Yep. Wrong one to get a 150 on. And it's really unfortunate because also like the seed is pretty nice. Like compared to a lot of the seeds I played, this is a very nice seed. I mean, I was at 40 skulls almost. And that was without hook. I could have probably had 50 by like 1 hour 50, but like before sub 2 easily.
Yeah.
You got Rang very early. You got Strength and Bow and Magic and Lights all very early. So.
Hey, where was the bow? I never found it.
River.
One was on
okay, yeah, I was
River,
gonna
and
do
then
that.
one was
I was gonna
on,
do that at some point.
One was on Hyrule Castle Ferry. So those were your 2 bows. And then Ink, you went up Death Mountain Trail and got the Skulltula. Why'd you skip the scrub? Out of curiosity.
Because really, I was mostly done doing checks.
Bet.
Like, I didn't... There's probably nothing I could have gotten in the seed that can help me at this point, except maybe second hook somehow, if there is one out there.
I think the second hook is in Forest, but the scrub was the hammer. It was hinted. I don't know where the hint was.
Yeah, I never got that hint. It wouldn't
yeah,
have mattered anyways. I probably... Actually, maybe I could have done fire, but
Yeah, we've seen Cola and someone else did Volvagia. Did you do Volv, Plopper?
No.
Or was it
not this time.
Durax? No,
I think it was
might have been
Durax.
Yeah.
I didn't even got the hammer.
Yeah, we
My
just
child, I overstayed way too much in my child, so I just went adult. That's a jabber.
Yeah, that's fair. I think you were well set up though. I think your child route did kind of get you everything you needed in large parts, apart from just that magic. But again, that was if you commit to not doing skulls this seed, you do get burnt a bit by that magic. That's for sure. And to be fair, Liam, Durax, and Cup don't have magic, so it's I think it was either or. You either do go full skulls this seed, like Cola and Ink did, or you don't. You just don't.
Yeah, I was at like 28, and if I'd gotten the hook, I was gonna absolutely just push skulls really hard. Once I got that.
Yeah, I got my boomerang way too late for that, so I just skipped it.
Yeah, I ended up
If
getting
get
it
the
pretty
rank in
early.
the first 20 minutes, maybe I will try to aim for 50 skull, but I got it before I wanted to go adult of like 45 minutes, so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do all of the points in Jabu and then I'm gonna go back. And I
Cola
just
needs to be.
also I wasn't
Sorry,
sure. Can you save skull in a dungeon?
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because to me, because it says collect skull, it implies to keep it. So I wasn't sure. Otherwise, I would have reset and didn't lost a favor to the Shaban. Also, I kind of greed in Shadow because I saved before the reader touched me. And I was like, maybe I can hit it before.
Yeah,
it grabs
I
me,
did
and-
wonder if you had a save. I was like, oh, should you just go for the quit here? But I didn't know where you last saved. And obviously, if that was like 20 minutes ago, it might not have been worth it. But
No, I just saved before.
yeah,
I was like, should I? And I'm just used to not playing in one hit KO, so I just spam A whenever I'm done saving. So the screen just go back to the game, and I'm like, oh, I kind of panic and I smash B trying to hit it, but it didn't work.
Yeah, that was a bit of the same issue with getting hit in Jabu Basement when going for the Skulltula, where the bubble floated over, and if you just leave the Skulltula token collection screen up, it would have just floated away without hitting.
Yeah, I thought about it after it happened.
Yeah,
Also,
but
I
when you
wasn't
have
sure if
those
you could read
habits
it or
built in,
not.
it's hard.
I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if you could scam the skull or not. Otherwise, I would have just picked it and reset in the text box.
Out of curiosity, has Cola taken Cola or Liam taken a death yet?
Liam has. We think he has an empty bottle and no other bottle, so I'm pretty sure he has. Cola has not taken a hit yet.
Okay, I think, yeah. I'm at least glad Durex is like doing good this time because I know he's been practicing really hard, and he's had just a couple of unfortunate first 2 weeks. Also,
Yeah.
shout out
Durex
to
is-
Cola going for the Colossus Fairy and Scrubs.
Yeah, we get to see the spin strats here.
Found the server gauntlets, put them to use. Just a scary rock, scary bolt.
Yeah, Durax's hit was on a Stalfos in Forest, I'm pretty sure, but did manage to eventually clear the Stalfos afterwards. I don't know what Liam's hit would have been. Almost certain I've seen Cup's inventory and he doesn't have a fairy, so not sure what Cup's hit would have been. Obviously, it wasn't on stream. There are 2 more async times that have not been posted in the chat.
I could have pushed dungeons a lot harder, but I just really wanted the hook before I started committing to dungeons, just so I can get a bunch of skulls on the way. Just get that done.
Yeah.
Perfectly fair. Doing dungeon diving without a hook is rough as hell, so I totally understand. Oh, Cup taking a hit off the keys. Just too many. Oh, they haven't used their fairy. All right, well there we go.
All right.
So
Still
needs to throw out a Deku Nut here immediately.
Oh.
Or just save quit. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
there we go.
fine.
We're good. That works too.
Still okay.
Better than dropping the run.
I see that it seems only Durax has actually committed to the hook out of everybody.
Cola hasn't been in Shadow, I don't think.
No. Well, he doesn't have bow still because he didn't go upriver.
Yeah, that's right. He still doesn't have bow, which honestly amazes me.
Oh wow.
He
so he's
dipped
missing a lot
Shadow
of things.
early to do Dead Hand, but then he's
Yeah,
hasn't
that's
done
right. Yeah, he didn't go any further through.
That's what I did as well. So I banked the dead hand points very easily, but yeah, I mean, I kind of after I died to Baronade, I just wanted like as many easy points as possible.
Yeah.
And you know, it was only like an hour in, so like nobody had even finished in the live race. So I was like, geez, I need to really just get points on the board. And I kind of did. I could have gotten more, which I'm still bummed out about. But I guess going for hook maybe is greedy. I don't know.
Well, I mean, ultimately, it's kind of necessary if you want some of the deeper points in the seed. Like Plopper and Durax both ended up getting the hooker, but yeah, it's Oh, and Cup takes the second death in bottom of the well. Just that I think that basement room gets everyone once.
Yep.
Unfortunate that you realise that in a live race and not a practice, but it is what it is. They'll learn. They won't get hit by that again. But 34 points.
Just kind of. Oh, sorry.
No.
I was gonna say it's it's also a thing of once you. I've always noticed that once the timer gets close to around 2 hours, when you have to start, you start going, okay, I need to start being fast. I need to start like instead of playing everything super safe when you have like around 30 minutes left, you feel a lot more inclined to take slightly riskier but quicker strategies through everything. Just because suddenly the clock is looming.
Yeah, especially if you feel like you're behind in points at all. It looks like Durax is going to go back into Jabu here because they didn't have Boomerang on first visit, so we're going to see Durax doing Jabu. Liam's going back into Shadow because he just got the hookshot hint from Dampe's hut, so he knows hookshot's in Shadow somewhere.
Yeah.
And then Cola's going back Child.
If he does HC Fairy, that's going to be really big for him because he has enough dungeons, it seems, to, you know, beat. Like he might go for like the points banking soon. Hard to say though. Like he could if he's still on a like life, then maybe he'll go for more points. But I'm not sure how many more points there are in the seed for him.
He's going for the fairy by the looks of things, so we'll get that bow. I thought they would be more likely to go to River and buy a bunch of beans, but this checks out. So
yeah, that's what I was gonna do soon. I was just waiting to get cash from just random brown chests. So I could just buy 5 beans off the river, go do the checks real quick. At least get that going. especially with the save quit in K Forest, you can get that. You can get the bean skull real fast.
Yeah, pretty decent child spawn. The adult spawn though was ass.
Yeah, but it's okay. You got a lot of TP songs. You pretty much got every song except Minuet. It's okay.
Yeah.
I feel like it's okay to spawn.
Yeah, it definitely made it less bad. The fact you could just kind of warp around the place, but not the best place to spawn. Eerie Forest is awful.
Yeah, that and with early hovers and early Bolero, you'd be like, instead of dealing with these enemies, I could just Bolero and just run over. Just go that way, whatever, it's fine.
Alright, so it looks like Liam got through Dead Hand without any issues, and Cola's going to do Child Cack. I guess Cola never got around to completing Child Cack. And we'll pick up some hard containers here. One thing that we were talking about earlier is bad or unfortunate places to start while we're talking about that. Of course, Sacred Forest Meadow could be scary on the warp pad. But has anyone in Practice Seeds or otherwise started at Gerudo Valley as child? On the other side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know what's the worst though?
What?
DMC Fairy as not DMC. Upper DMT as adult.
Oh yeah, getting around is horrendous from there if you don't have a good warp song.
Yeah, like if you there was a seed hyper and I played where it was adult DMT spawn and there were no warp songs. And I think you basically had the option of either doing reverse DMC, there's sort of a trick around it, but it's very tedious with 3 hearts. Or you just go YOLO down trail and pray you don't get hit by a rock.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. One thing about this seed, because you were speaking about earlier being a kinder seed, the start was nice. You had Requiem to start with, you already had your Forest Medallion for Prelude check, which was just Prelude, but that's a song. And the child start didn't kill anybody. Not a great place to start, but not bad.
Where the hell is Dins? That's my
Great
question
question
at the moment.
I was wondering about it too. We've seen basically everything. Well, we haven't seen Wind yet either, but we've seen all the magic arrows. So I'm just kind of like, where is Dins?
That's a great question, because I really, really want to find Dins before going into Shadow.
Yeah, there is a gold chest next to the boss key in Shadow. Just I don't know what it is, because I don't know where Dins is. So, yeah, really have no clue. It might just be in, it could be in Forest, but I don't really know why it would be in Forest. I think long shot's in Forest Temple. We did see Forest Temple in the ice entrance, but we didn't see anyone taking the items out of it, that is to my knowledge. 2 hours. So overall, this was much more successful than week 1, which was very perilous, and everyone died at like an hour and a half. So, practice is paying off for people, which is good.
Even better than the initial reveal stream, where it lasted like 45 minutes max.
That was a good one.
We don't talk about that one.
Right, should have
Cup GG.
Should have cup GG.
Thank you. I can't believe I died to the most avoidable thing after being careful for 2 hours.
Hey, it's one of those deaths that once you die, you'll never die there again.
Exactly.
It's one of those learning experiences. But GG, you survived almost 2 hours. And I know this is one of your sort of first races on Battle Royale, so I think that's a very good achievement overall. How do you think it went?
I think it went better than I thought. Better than my first pre-run or whatever when I couldn't make it. I felt the nerves, and then I chilled out and was just like, you know what, we're not gonna do anything fancy. We're just gonna slowly collect points and try not to kill ourselves.
Yeah, and you survived basically the whole thing, and then without any hits, and just unfortunately took both of them in bottom of the well.
Yeah, like back to back. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's so. Once you get that first hit, and just the panic sets in a little, the second hit does typically come quite soon afterwards.
It really was. I really just just threw myself off a ledge. Why did I do that? But that's the name of the game, I guess. Just crazy stuff that you do without thinking.
Oh god! Oh Liam! Oh Jesus!
Oh my god!
Liam trying to throw a bomb at this, but dropping at his feet. Oh,
Scariest guillotine gauntlet ever, and Cole's back to adult with 100 points. He might try and go finish the seed here.
No, I think Cola will go for a few more things here. I think he's got half an hour. He might go up the tower and get those points, but I'd be surprised if Cola chose to end it now.
To your point, he still has his fairy. The other two have gotten hit at least once, it looks, so he can play a bit risky.
True.
Yeah, Cola.
You can play risky or try to spike the win with the. Didn't use the no death bonus at the end. That is 15 extra points. Let's say again.
I mean, I noticed Cola already opened bridge, which is interesting.
Yeah, Cola had 2 bosses done about half an hour ago, and then sort of came in for some of the checks. But obviously didn't have a bow, so wasn't in proper go mode until then, and now has a bow and is back. So we'll see if he just chooses to get to the tower, or just finish. Might just be done, as you say, Brio.
Oh man, where was that Hylian shield? That was like the biggest issue for me.
It was in the chew shop, Child Market.
Oh my god, so easy.
And along with Boomerang was there as well.
I guess I just missed that whole thing. Damn.
Yeah. Market was crazy. Market had both pairs of shoes. It had a strength of Boomerang.
Iron Boots. Iron Boots.
Yeah.
Stone of Agony.
Yeah, I love how like Market path to Bongo, and here's 6 items. Like, all right. I mean, I know it's hover boots, but like, yeah, this is everything here. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Market ended up being double path. It was path to Baronade, and it was path to.
Durax got hit on Baronade.
I'm pretty sure it's Bongo for hover.
Rip Durax.
GG Durax.
Just as we hit the 2-hour mark.
82 points, it looks like. They're gonna probably count those up again, though.
82.
Cola is being stalked by this Stalfos, something special. So it's just Cola and Liam. So, Baseball, if you want to swap to a 2-person stream, feel free, but otherwise, just keep it. Oh, there we go. Already ahead of me.
Yep, Baseball on it.
That is my goat. That is Baseball. Right, let's see if Durax wants to join us for a real party as well. Getting busy in here.
I wouldn't phrase it like that, but yes, we are quite full up on runners in here. But yeah, so Cola still has his fairy, so he's in a really good position, especially this far in. With half an hour, Cola can get a lot done, like was mentioned already. And then Liam being very careful getting through Shadow, presumably already being hit once.
Be amazed if he doesn't at least go and do some trials here. Like, there's no reason for Cola just to finish when there's at least 2 trials that he could go and do.
Oh, wow, Cola doesn't have hover boots. I just noticed that, so he skipped child shooting.
Yeah, Cola went adult immediately to skip all of Child Market. Just went straight adult.
I mean, I definitely see going adult immediately just because starting Forest Medallion, you want that song ASAP. But also, I mean, I don't know, there's a lot of just random Sphere 1 checks a lot of people just skip because they're slow, and I don't think child shooting's that slow, but at the same time, like...
It wouldn't surprise me if that was just a mistake. Like, either, I can't remember, Cola might have come back child at night time, but also might have just forgotten that they didn't do it. Typically, like, I found before that if I skip child shooting, I'm so used to having done child shooting, I'll forget that I didn't do it.
Yeah, it's one of those checks you just do it immediately. You go into Marcus Child, you're just doing child shooting. Just every time.
I will comment that I've seen Cola skip child shooting intentionally before in an S8 Siege, so...
That's
I
fair, I
wouldn't.
might have done.
I wouldn't be surprised. But to comment on that, or like to add to that, I too am very guilty of skipping slow early sphere checks. Like this seed, for example, I skipped Child Domain, minus the shop, and I skipped K-Sword Chest. So yeah.
Yeah, I did K-Sword just because the spawn is right there. I'm like, I'm just right here. I'll just do it. I mean, I did skip Child Domain, and I did skip the song, Lost Woods song, whatever it's called.
Durax is here. GG Durax. Not sure if we have Durax on microphone.
Yeah, Durex, we can't hear you, partner.
No?
There you go.
There you go.
Now,
Hello.
yeah, GG, good race. What was your overall point score in the end?
82.
82. Not bad. Almost pretty much bang on 2 hours. Incredible pot hit in Shadow Temple.
That was so fucking lucky.
Yeah, which had all of this. As you were approaching that pot, I was like, "Oh, those Gibdos aren't scary, but that pot is." And then I couldn't believe you survived that. So yeah, well played. Definitely put us all on edge.
Definitely
yeah.
intentional.
Oh yeah, I remember there was a strategy from last season, similar to that, where you would do that with the spirit pots, like at the spirit entrance, if you wanted to free up a bottle that had a Poe in it. Because you would guaranteed never die to the spirit pots, but
Yeah,
it would put you on 1 heart.
Yeah. But well, I can safely say, I'm sure Durax won't mind me saying, that was not an intentional strat.
Yeah.
Definitely not. I completely forgot about it.
It's tempt fate.
Yeah, but
Well,
no,
how'd you feel
did...
about the seed, Durex?
Huh?
How'd you feel about this seed? Everyone seems to feel like it was a pretty kind one.
Well, I didn't find a single bow. That's what bothers me the most. I searched for this for so long.
Yeah, the bow.
Oh, would you like to know where?
Yeah.
So one is in Zora's River, just like chilling on the ledge. Not near Domain, the other one. So if you went for like beans, you would get that easily. The other one, which Cola found on Restream not too long ago, was HC Ferry.
I was about to do HC Ferry as well, fuck.
Yeah, and I guess more importantly than the bow, when we realised that you had your second skull about an hour and a half, we were like, uh-oh, because magic was on 10 skulls.
Oh, yeah.
And I've not seen a second magic. There definitely could be one, but yeah, I was like, uh-oh, I don't think Durax is getting into go mode this seed.
I mean,
missed that last Poe.
I probably would have grabbed some skulls along the way if I like went back to forest and stuff. But collecting the 10 reward maybe would have been quite tight with the time.
Yeah, you didn't have a rang for ages as well, so I think actually getting certain skulls was quite difficult, especially with no hook and rang for a considerable amount of time. But either way, I still think it's a decent points tally. Oh, Liam has. Will he manage to save it?
Well,
will he manage to save it? There we go. He's
yeah,
alright.
He got it. He's
It's
good.
fine.
At least he didn't get sniped by the eye. Eye fire would have been game over.
The eye snipe is unreal, but that was it. Just managed to pull that off.
I'm curious. Do you normally go for these big pokes? I feel like this feels a little slow. I mean, it's safe. It's safe 5 points. It's still slow. I'm curious if you go for it.
I usually
I went for it on my last race because I was essentially it was like 2 hour 10 minutes. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna risk not beating Ganon at this point, so I will just go for the safest points available. So I did pose and cows at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it just made sense, you know. Don't get hit. Wait 10 more minutes. Get to Ganon and just do everything you can to get as many points up until then. So I think that's essentially what Cola's doing. No more risk really, because he's got up to the tower. So what's left to do that's safe? And yeah, pose is pretty safe, but yeah, very slow.
It's easily like the safest 5 points you can get every seed. There's zero risk there.
Yeah, I think Cole's going to go back out to finish up those pose, and Liam's going back to overroll checks, having gotten hook shot. I don't... Oh, there's the Megaton Hammerhand. It's back of Goron City Maze.
That's the one. But the thing that surprised me the most this seed was that I think, other than Durax and Ink for like a short period of time, the first hour of this seed, all 4 of you were just wildly different places. And then at 1 hour, 3 of you just all happened to be in Jabu at the same time, which was honestly incredible. No similarities between the first 45 minutes whatsoever. And then I think
that's part of the fun of Battle Royale, though.
Yeah. The only difference was when you 3 were in Jabu, Durax was in Forest. I was like, oh, well, I've never been so excited to see Forest in my whole life. So...
Yeah. And
just hoping
wild part is
there's not,
Durax...
like,
Yeah,
that's,
Durax got hit, and then I think Ink got hit immediately after.
Durex, do you want to know where I took my hits?
Yeah, sure.
Baronade second phase, just like you. Not the same exact way, but I didn't get all the jellies with my like Deku Nut, so
Oh.
yeah. Then he
Yeah, that's
started
happened to me before.
shooting electricity. Also Big Chest and Force Trial.
Nice slingshot. Love to see it. Async player 3 has finished in 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 29 seconds. There is 1 async player left.
I really need to practice my Baronade because I need to time it better in the second phase.
Speaking of Baronade,
honestly,
we were... Yeah?
I was thinking if you don't get the second phase, it's probably just better to save quit. Like if you miss it, that the thing that doesn't happen. The same thing doesn't happen like what happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
we're on the
very
topic of
annoying to
Baronade. I just wanna
recover
ask,
from.
does anyone go for the pot throw? Hyper says he did it once, he's never doing it again.
I've done it once.
I've tried it in practice to see if I can get it like consistently, and I'm not going for it.
I mean, if Baronade is like moving towards the pots, and I've done it, with the ring, when it's around there, I could go for it.
I've stunned Baronade right next to the pot. I can just never find like what angle do I have enough time to walk up, pick up a pot, and throw it at Baronade. Because I never know like exactly. Because sometimes Baronade shoots you almost immediately, and sometimes you get like a big old gap of window. I do not know.
I like these strats from Liam, by the way.
Oh yeah,
is a great way to do it.
Both strats on these guys 100% of the time.
Yeah, even Stalfos bow's pretty safe because as long as they're rotating to your left, you can reliably get a shot off every time, even through the shield. It'll just nail them repeatedly.
I think Gull is going for his final climb now.
I
Yeah,
think
he's just got...
first.
Yeah, I think he's just got... Oh
maybe
my
he does,
god,
like-
Liam! Oh my god! How did Liam
He's-
not get hit?
Pure luck.
He should
Is
have
anyone
died
of them
twice,
can hit it?
twice there.
I like how throughout the race this just becomes a watch party. Everyone just hangs out.
Especially when you still have someone hanging on, like Liam is. Liam's holding out.
Yeah, no, Liam had a couple of... his first 2 weeks were pretty rough, so it's good to see him doing well here with a bumper score. And if he does manage to get all the way to Ganon, then...
Well, the thing is, he has no magic.
Yeah, the magic is the real problem. I don't know how many skulls he has. He only got his hook shot about 10 minutes ago, so genuinely have no idea if he's going to find that. Chew strats here on Knuckles. I think that's fine. Takes about 20 chews, but gets the job done.
I mean, I guess we're not doing anything else with them. It's not the worst.
Oh, we need to be careful, though. They're pretty close.
Yeah, they're dropping too fast.
Ooh! Jesus.
This is where it gets stressful.
I think he was just dropping those chews too fast, so they weren't actually exploding on the knuckles. They were exploding nearer to him. But it's okay. Got them down, so it's another 6 points. He didn't mark the Stalfos down either, or the Don Alphos. So I think he's just managed to get his 16 points for the climb, which is good. Already has light, so no need to go any further. And now it's just, can he find magic in the next 10 minutes?
Alright, Cola's gonna bank his points, and if he hasn't taken a death yet, so he's gonna get the bonus as well.
Yeah, it should be a really big end score here, which would be nice.
Yeah, looking like that's gonna be close to 170, maybe more. I forget if it's 15 or 20 for no, not taking a single hit.
It's 15.
Yeah, 15.
Okay, so he'll be at 169.
Which would match his first week's score as well, which I think was 169. Yeah, it was.
What, consistent?
Hey, consistency is key in this tournament.
Yeah.
I believe Cola's gotten like highest score, as far as I know, is 206, 208, something like that. So, I mean, I wonder how many more points he would have gotten if, we had hovers and hook. Because he did have quite a bit of time to do more stuff.
Yeah, hovers, I didn't realise how unfortunate it was not having hovers, because obviously, yeah, that locks out your hook, and as we've not found that long shot, which I'm still convinced is in Forest Temple. Yeah, kind of pretty screwed by the options that were remaining. At least he has Hammer for Gammon though, so a nice quick cycle here.
Clean. Easy. Colt, we all know Colt's got this.
Yeah, I'm not concerned. I mean, I've seen people take hits on this cycle of Ganon. I can't see him taking 2 hits though. That would be unreal.
Right.
Liam just found Ice Cavern.
Oh, hey, yeah, we actually haven't
I'd be
seen Ice.
Absolutely stunned if he chose to go into Ice Cavern.
I think he's strongly considering not right now.
He's considering it, but also you got 14 minutes left to make a decision to get points. Ice is a lot of points with the hook.
Yeah, it is.
Full ice clear and all the it's like what, like 11 points, and if you can do it quick, it's pretty efficient.
Alright, well, Cola is banking out early, but banking out on a pretty decent score, so GG's to Cola. 2 hours, 16 minutes. No hits. I don't think I've seen someone finish without a hit. Not this season, anyway.
I did once, but I didn't beat Ganon's. This is the first no hit Ganon, as far as I know.
Nice, GG Cola. Good win.
GG Cola.
Good win for sure. Let's see if we can get him in for a quick chat.
Yeah, it looks like Liam is going to go for those points. Ooh. Almost got frozen. And then we still have our one async runner in 2.
Yeah, there's one async runner left.
This is a very stark difference to week 1, where most people were out by 1 hour.
Yeah, I think week 1 was funny because it was like, in the asyncs, Oak died, and then everyone on the restream died, and then I didn't even get to put the rest of the async races in. Because the race room is already done.
All right, baseball. It's okay. I'll start beatboxing.
Just play some. Just put the music on baseball. All is good.
That's all right.
Oh
We'll
God,
get Cole in here.
Liam took a part hit as well. Oh Jesus.
Oh no. All right, I'm dragging Cole in.
Woo.
GG Cola.
GG Cola.
GG.
GG's.
Was it 169 in the end? Did you match your week 1 score exactly?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
On the dot. I forgot to add the beat Ganon without using a fairy revive, but I added that at the end.
Nice. Yeah, really, really strong finish there. Obviously, there wasn't a ton you could do, I guess, to sort of fill the time that was safe. Was it just a matter of, okay, let's do pose, it's safe, get those points in, and then just finish?
Yeah, I could have still gone child and done some p-hats on field, but I don't know, man. I haven't even practiced those, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't want to take a stupid death on those, and then it's stupid.
Slingshot makes them pretty free. You can just spin around and keep whacking them with a slingshot
Yeah,
over and
but
over.
look, I would have to wait for time of day to stand right
Yeah,
next to
yeah, that's
them,
fair.
right? Because I don't have Sun Song, and that's just awful, dude.
Speaking
I
of
don't want to do that.
Speaking of things you didn't have, you skipped child shoeing, which happened to be your hover boots.
Oh, that's what that was. Cool.
Yeah. Did you skip that intentionally, or was that just something you forgot? Because you aggressively went adult this seed.
Yeah, I pretty much intentionally skipped it, to be honest. I don't know, it takes too long.
Yeah.
Oh no, Liam. Liam, you have to go back for that chest. You want the points.
Yeah,
I don't know if he knows.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously, first hook was in shadow. Needed those hovers to get that hook shot. We didn't see a second hook shot. I'm pretty convinced it's in forest, but no one did deep forest. Durax, I know you did summer forest, but I don't think you went too far in.
Yeah, I didn't even do the Stalfos. I was too scared, dude.
I should have done them either because I died to them.
That's fair. That's why I died last week. Twice.
Yeah.
I died to a super jump from the Stalfos on the boat, just flying halfway across it and nailing me.
Yeah, that happens.
The physics on that boat are quite something. So if you're not used to how they jump, it's pretty wild. But I guess the only other thing we didn't see was Din's. Is Din's here? Liam, can you potentially show us a Din's fire? Because, yeah, no idea where that is. I'm pretty sure Spirit is in the shadow entrance, which is behind Din's. Oh, no, there's Longshot.
Maybe Din's is in 4.
Could be in forest.
But forest to Morpher? So maybe it is. Yeah. Maybe Spirit is in bottom of the well with Storms on Ocarina of Time, and yeah, maybe water is in the shadow entrance. Oh, that's rough.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. So yeah, go to deep forest for Din's fire for water. Sounds pretty bad to me. But
yeah,
there we go. That is I guess that long shot is super hard hook locked. So yeah, you're not getting that without the first one.
Yeah, without the first hook shot, there wasn't very many points that I could get overall. Like, I could have maybe squeezed out like 5 more points or something, but I don't know.
Yeah, it was I guess quite a little fortunate you chose to do Hyrule Castle Fairy of all things right at the end to get that bow. But there was another one on Lower River as well, so you would have probably found it had you have chose to sort of go around that way. Did you do beans in the end?
I did all the beans, yes. I did them pretty early on.
Oh, okay. So you would have probably never gone river again then. So yeah, it was pretty much Hyrule Castle Fairy or bust for that bow.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of points with that bow for finishing the game.
Yeah, for sure. Liam just needs to get this skull, and then he will at least have the ice skull points to add on, which is good. But yeah, 8 minutes ago, I don't think he's finding magic, unfortunately, so not going to get a Ganon finish. We'll see if he can just get a 2:30 timeout. Spoilers, the last async finish was a 2 hour 30 on the dot finish, so there won't be a sudden drop of a fresh time between now and the end.
Was it hyper?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh, interesting. So I guess somebody finished, but like didn't find magic or bow, maybe.
Well,
if they did a 230 at the dot.
yeah, we'll find out afterwards. But it looks like as long as Liam stays safe, he'll be doing the same thing. There we go. He's only on 8 skulls. Oof. Yeah, he's definitely not getting magic then.
I mean, a couple people committed to just not doing skulls, and it's just one of those seeds where it burns you.
Yeah, and as Ink rightfully pointed out, Liam didn't open the map chest here, so isn't going to get the points for the ice cavern reward, unfortunately. Something we'll need to keep an eye on to see if he marks at the end of the seed.
I think a lot of people forget about that chest. Kind of like you not only have to melt it, but you have to open it for the points.
Yeah,
it's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, it's because of how the goal is just stated to collect the chest reward.
Ooh, just dodged that one. Those stalagmites are a menace.
Oh yeah, they're terrifying.
Just don't. As long as you keep moving in ice, you're normally okay. But the second you stop, that's it. It's all over.
It's really only that one that sometimes catches me when I practice. Most of them are not too bad to avoid because you have a clear path forward. That one is you have to hit a wall and you're usually waiting out the freezers anyway.
All right, enjoy your eye drops.
Very cool.
And a 2-hour, 24-minute sun song, which I'm sure is going to be super useful.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Hey, that's a very quick skull in Kakariko if he chooses.
Yeah, Liam can route in so many skulls now. That's something.
I think even if you get magic now, you don't have the time potentially to finish.
Oh no, not at all.
Oh no.
No. You could probably get you could get Dwarf done.
Yeah, maybe.
But not Ganon.
All right, so it looks like Liam forgot that they were on 1 heart.
Ganon is like a minute or two of just cutscenes. Really. Like about a minute of cutscenes or something like that.
Come on, Liam. You're in graveyard. Go grab the skull. I know, but there's one outside CAC. Just weirdly choose to get 10 skulls as the last thing you do. Which would make no sense.
Okay, I guess he remembered he didn't open the chest.
Yeah, it hasn't added it to his
Maybe
goals.
He's gonna go back.
Yeah, honestly, going back for that chest is the most point value for time you could get right now at this point.
Yeah, for sure. But I think he needs to be playing Serenade right now if that is the case. I don't know where he's going at the moment.
Just like run in and try to kill the Magia real fast.
Could be going to the Fountain Icebergs.
Oh yeah, those are pretty nice points.
Skull Kids?
Or was he not done this
yet? Let's go.
Was he going for both? Oh, he's going for both. All right, Liam.
He knows how to do both.
No pressure.
I know that much. And honestly, like, it's not a bad play.
Oh, I've never seen the strat that way because.
Oh god, this is scuffed as hell. Get out of there, Liam. throw a Deku nuts all over.
Yeah, if you don't get the rhythm immediately, it's just just get out of there.
It's good.
I mean, if you're not gonna beat Ganon, this is pretty good points, time value for points. So
yeah, absolutely.
This is a good play.
Oh Jesus, that one even I've not even seen one hit a shield before. Nope, he's out. He's like, screw this. I think this is just.
I know they can hit through the shield as well. Like, you're not safe if you're shielding at all.
If you don't get this exactly right, you're not. I think actually, Cola, when you did this earlier, you didn't quite get it right, and I was actually quite impressed that you managed to recover it.
Yeah, it was pretty scary, but it was still okay. Like, I know their patterns still.
Liam, what the hell is this?
Oh my god, this is looking so scary.
Oh, he's gonna
I
get
think
his
he
cheeks
forgot.
clapped so hard.
I think he forgot how to do the setup. I know he learned it last season.
Yeah, just doesn't know to jump slash.
Yeah, that's the big one.
So is
Yeah.
it you
God.
wait for the guy to shoot and then you do a jump slash in the air or something?
No,
You
you
just
do
slide-
the jump slash right after jumping off the ledge.
There we go. Well, he went out in a blaze of glory? Question mark. But hey, it's when there's only 2 minutes left. You do your best. That's technically the most points available. But GG's, Liam.
GG's.
2 hours,
GG.
28 minutes, 76 points by the looks of things. And yeah, async player 4 finished in 2 hours, 30 minutes. Liam hasn't pressed done, but we'll assume he's done. Last time I asked Liam for an interview, he didn't join. I'll quickly reach out, see if he wants to, but otherwise we can probably wrap it up.
I think a good question to ask that everyone's interested in is, Chimp, when will we know who was eliminated this week?
We will know who's eliminated this week in roughly 10 minutes.
Oh no, better stick around.
Well, I want to. I think this one is fairly trivial because it's just a player that didn't play this week, so it's not particularly hard to work out who is eliminated. I'm pretty sure it's Emo Soda. Yeah, it's Emo Soda. So there we go, less than 10 minutes. Just because they didn't play, but that's fine. I kind of couldn't facilitate whether players were going to play or not, so if they did, cool. If they didn't, then they would just be the first to elim by default. Likely next week we'll see Flea eliminated as well if they don't play. But next week has 2 eliminations, so we'll see Flea and one other and every other participant is racing, so that will be unknown. But yeah, Liam has now finished. I'll just quickly pop this in the race room just for clarity. But yeah, we'll call it there, gang. Anyone have anything else to add?
Oh, I guess it'd be nice to know what everybody's points ended up being like for this race.
Yeah, so I'll quickly go through the async points. Async player 1 was Oak, who finished in 1 hour, 1 minute, and 45 seconds. They got 39 points. Async player 2 was me. I finished in 1 hour, 20 minutes, 21 seconds, and got 44 points. Async player 3 was Hyper, finished in 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 29 seconds, got 162 points. And async player 4 was Timmy, who finished in 2 hours, 30 minutes exactly, and got 140 points. Did not kill Ganon, notably. So Hyper did kill Ganon, hence the sort of points difference there. So Cola wins the week with another 169 point score, which is very impressive to get 2 weeks with the same score in this thing.
Pretty nice too.
Yeah, and obviously as you were part of the live race, you also win the live race. So GG's. Like I said, Emo was eliminated just by default of not playing. And week 4, we will see 2 elims, 1 for total points and 1 for week points. So it's not just the total that matters next week, it's the actual execution of that weekly race. So don't fuck up. There's one race to not mess up, it's next week.
Yeah, which, by the way, everyone come back and watch next week. It's every Saturday for a while, right, Chimp?
Yeah, every Saturday at 8 p.m. UTC for now. If it gets to the point where most of the players left are those that need to async due to time constraints, we will see if we can get a better time for the players that are still left so we can get more people in the live race. But for now, it will stay at 8 p.m. UTC.
Yeah. Oh, good reminder, because it's already affected some people. But for those in the U.S., remember daylight savings tomorrow.
Yes,
don't get tricked.
Liam, if you very briefly want to join us to discuss the end of the siege, you're more than welcome. Just hop in the Zelda Speedruns Discord and we'll pull you in. But otherwise, GG's on the almost perfect 2 hours, 30 minutes.
Surviving's hard enough on its own. Oh, we'll drag Liam in. GG.
There he is, GG Liam.
GG.
Hey, GG,
GG's.
GG.
GG's. The standoff with the Skull Kids didn't quite work out in the end, but
Yeah, I'm a little under practiced just in general. That Skull Kid thing, you can't really mess around. You really got to know what you're doing. But I mean, I'll figure it out. That was a really all right run, though. I wish I didn't die to a random spike trap, a random blade trap. That was super unfortunate.
I did too. It's okay.
Yeah, it happens. It really does.
We saw a few wonky deaths this seed. We also saw 2 people get hit by pots, which was not something I thought I'd see. So congrats to you and Durax, who both somehow ended up on 1 heart.
Yeah, that's interesting. That technically an anomaly for this format.
Yeah, I mean, technically you don't die, so that's it really. As long as you survive, that's the main thing. So yeah, it's just a weird quirk. Nothing you can really do about it. But yeah, it's overall, like I said to the guys, it's good to see you surviving almost a full 2.5 hours. Decent weekly score heading into the elims now. So everyone's got to be pumping those scores up as best they can. But yeah.
Did anyone find magic?
Yes, it was 10 skulls.
Ah! Stupid. Yeah, there were so many times I was just like, I can do 10 skulls right now. Nah, it's probably nothing. Oh.
Yeah, you either were Cola or Ink and basically had 20 skulls in like half an hour, or you were Durax, and LePlopper, who had like less than 10 skulls over an hour and a half. I think Durax had 2 skulls at an hour and a half, which was unbelievable. Right. But yeah, nothing's pointing you there. It's just, no hook shot, and if you don't get the rang early, then getting skulls can be a bit tough. But I didn't see a second magic. I have no idea what that is. You were the only person that actually found the long shot as well, Liam. Because I don't see anyone else going to ice at all, which means that it's quite likely that Din's Fire is in Forest Temple, and that was kind of the last item we didn't see.
It must be, yeah. Couldn't find Forest. To be fair, I didn't see myself going to Ice Caverns either. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, and it was also unfortunate you didn't open the map chest as part of that Ice Cavern goal.
Oh, I got those backwards. Okay, I did have to do that one.
Yeah, you got the map chest and the obviously the song reward. So unfortunate, but you'll know for next time.
That's right. Yeah, there's a lot to do, a lot to learn about this format, but it is very fun. This was a very satisfying run. I thought this was really good. When you make it to the end, it's all that excitement really is at the end.
Yeah, it was a great restream as well because everyone did quite well. We had a couple of players get right to the end. No deaths pre 1 hour, which was a nice surprise.
Very nice.
So definitely made things more interesting. So yeah, GG's to everyone.
Yeah, we really enjoy watching your Stalfos fight in Gain's Tower and then the Iron Knuckle fight immediately afterwards.
Yeah, how
did you not die to the Stalfos?
How you didn't die to those Stalfos is beyond.
I guess. I'm just as shocked as you guys are. Really, I am. But I'll take it. We take those.
Oh, absolutely. All right, Chimp, do you want to say anything about Battle Royale?
No, I'll just I'll hand it over to Baseball to free us up. Like I said, GG's everyone. I'll put the overall results in the channel after this, just to confirm points, elims, etc. And hope to see you all next week.
For sure.
All right. Thank you all for participating today. That was really fun. I'm glad it lasted a little bit longer than last week. But yeah, I'll see you all next week. Same time for some of you, slightly different time for some of us. It's going to be 3 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, so pretty exciting. Okay, I want to thank our comms, Chimp and Burrito. Couldn't have done this without you. Thank you so much. And yeah, all of our runners who are on Restream today, Ink, Bread, Cola, Durax, Liam, Cup. If I'm forgetting you. Oh yeah, Liplop. Sorry, I forgot you. But you were there too. Thank you. Okay. That's gonna do it for this race. We're gonna raid over to kill the Sheikah, who is playing some Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask combo rando. So hope you enjoy that, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, folks.
Bye bye.